Hello, 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 hello. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Happy Friday to you all. Hmm. Today, this one has to be a very, very fast one. How's everyone doing? Thank you. It's your girl, Omoyes Corner, coming to you directly from my abode to yours. How's everyone doing? Any party, any bedu for the Friday? For those that like bedus on Friday, oh, there's some people. Hey, not to the area, not to how now, body. How was your week? I hope so. Not too cold for that side. I know say cold dey because for this side come like say na New York I dey live for this side when I dey, so I no understand. I don't understand that. Highly favor. Welcome. Greetings to you. I'm telling you, but some people I don't know how they say they do am. Some people shall get party to go, but those of us who know when they like to stay inside house, raise your hand. I know if you shout. How na day now? I hope your week was wonderful. Oh. I hope everything was good. I hope you're having a relaxing time, right? Chilling. I get palm wine for my cup when I dey drink. I buy palm wine. That's my drink. Palm wine. Treasure Desire, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everyone. Today, everybody arrange their wine. Now, palm wine me they drink. Palmy, I be palmy girl. Do your thing. Drink your thing. Busy but good week, huh? Highly favored. Mine too. Busy, but I'm even happy. Today was also crazy. Usually Fridays are my craziest days, and I'm not able to do anything after. But so I'm glad today was not so bad. So here we are once again. I don't they do live now back to back. I need to chill because I know I don't want to burn out, so probably need to take a break. But anyways, guys, Marriott in the house. Marriott in the house. I beg as soon as they enter, Mona they like. Mona dey like, una know the drill. Mona dey like as una dey enter, just dey click on that like. If you never subscribe and you don dey come since, just to come check wetin these people dey do for village meeting. Make I come see my village, make I come spy these village people. Click subscribe, make you at least make you dey part of am. Subscribe. Mona like, make una share. Hi area now. Chinasa, how now? Got the eggs you carry come, huh? Tomorrow I know next tomorrow na be village meeting. Okay, now got the eggs still good now. Eggplants. Make una carry and come. Mona carry. Na palm wine me dey drink for here. I dey with my cup of palm wine for here. How na dey oh? I hope say not too cold for where una dey. Abeg mona take her easy oh. Mona wrap una self like burrito. Cold no good for body oh. Mona no enter on her body. I don't understand what's going on right now. But anyway, my people, this conversation, I say make we talk am. As per Romari area, Romari don land. Our village sister has landed. Mona dey enter na palm wine na I dey drink oh. Anyone wanna see Mona bring carry oh. It is frigid in New York. Whoa. Wow, I can only imagine. Welcome. So my people, onto this topic. Matter of fact, let me share my link quickly. Before now, Mirabel dey quick remind me of this thing. I should say Mirabel dey busy. Probably will show up at some point. When we discuss this matter, me wan know from una, all of una, wetin una think. Whether na true, say every man dey cheat. I wan know. Whether the ones when me know when they now they do these kind things, maybe they torture themselves. You know what I mean? So me, I want to know. I want to hear from the experts who know about these things. May we learn. You understand? Maybe there's something they know that we do not know. So they should, those who know should please come in and tell us. Eh? You be they pray for snow, but as cold show up like this, you don't rephrase the prayer. Oh my God, Romari, you don't rephrase your prayer. You be they pray for snow, you know let it snow they do people. Hey, baby. Eh? Cold, I beg go me. I like my tropical weather any day, anytime. I can't even small cold like this. I don't like. I no talk of snow. I dey run from extreme weathers. So my people, how una see this matter? How una take see this matter? Make we talk about am. I no wan tey for here today o. Abeg make una no make me tey. Abeg ẹ ṣàánú mi so that I go fit go chill. Ẹ ṣàánú mi. So they say every man dey cheat. Na so some people dey talk. Say, leave that thing. Man go be man. Man go be man. Mona leave that thing. You like cold? Yeah. Are you serious, Romari? Okay. You are built for not to me. I dey run from cold. I can't. I can't do the cold. I don't know. Me and cold, we no be friends. Yeah. So let me start by playing this video that I found. I don't know. It doesn't really. The guy was just sharing a story of how he held back for years just to clear his mind so that he can know exactly what he's looking for. I think it was a very interesting conversation. I'm going to play it anyways so you guys can hear it. So let me know if you can hear, okay?
I went 17 months with no sex. 17 months. Interesting. I said, I'm done, because that was my obsession. There was a party that would happen in Vegas. It was called Pimps and Hoes. 17,000 people. What's the name of the party? You can Google it. You'll see it was the biggest party that we put in Vegas. I didn't grow up in an environment where we're going to church and all this other stuff. That came at 25 when I became born again. But up until then, I'm the guy that's going to Vegas every other weekend. I'm the guy that in the Army is drinking a small bottle of tequila every weekend with my friends on the way to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that goes to Panama City to party at Club La Villa and Spinnakers. I went to Dublin's. I went to, Miyagi's, Palace, Arena. I can give you Century Club, Garden of Eden. This is Key Club. This is this guy. Yeah. I was that guy that's partying constantly, trying to go to new markets. And then one day, I meet a guy that he said 3 years he went without sex and he became a millionaire. I'm like, damn, that's a long time. Holy freaking man. I remember one day I'm with my girl. 3 years. I'm with my girl. She's in Hollywood. She's an actress. She's beautiful. She does very well for herself right now. She dresses all the major names. Beyonce, Lady Gaga. She runs one of the biggest PR firms in Hollywood, dresses all these girls. Anyways, we're together. We're in the car, expedition. I says, I want to tell you something here. What's that? We've been together for 2.5 years. I want to know if we should get married or not, because we're at that phase. And she says, what are you trying to say? I said, look, I love when we have sex. It's freaking awesome. I have a lot of fun with you. But I want us to go without it for a month to see what happens, to see if this relationship is deeper than just what we're doing in the backseat of this expedition. And she says, you sure? I said, yeah. She says, is there another girl in your life? I said, I promise I got no. She says, no, I know there's. I said, I'm telling you, I don't have another girl. It's you. But let's go 1 month. It's just very weird. So I'm talking to her outside of her apartment. She says, you mean to tell me you want me to go inside right now? I said, yeah. She goes inside. Next day, it's Saturday. I pick her up. We go to movies. End up the movies, 11:15. We're parked in Van Nuys. What do you want to do? I got to drop you off. This is 2 days. No sex. At the peak testosterone level. I'm on fire right now. You got 28 days left. She comes the next week. Birthday suit. Apartment. No sex. A week later, We're sitting in the car. We don't have anything to talk about. We have nothing to talk about. Then I told her, I said, we got to go to church. She said, I'm not going to church. What's happened to you? I said, dude, nothing's happened to me. I just don't think if you and I are going to get married, we can make it work. We need a manual. We need something to help us out. No, I'm not going to church. Something's going on with you. She went to church one time. She thought it was very weird. I thought it was very weird. That church was weird. And then, anyways, long story short, a couple weeks later, she's like, this is not working out. And we broke up. Okay, and the relationship was done. Very painful, by the way, when that happened. So we loved each other, but it was done. She moved on. We moved on, and later on, my wife and her are friends. They'll talk. It's a very interesting relation. But the point is this: the point is, like, I wanted substance, and I wanted to find out what was my motivator. When I did that with the girl, and I went 17 months. During that 17 months, if you want to find the level of motivation that I got, I was on fire with work and dreams. I wanted my dad to work. I was sick and tired of him working at this 99-cent store in Inglewood, California. I wanted my sister to go on her honeymoon. I wanted my dad to go to Hawaii. I wanted me to have a life, man. I wanted to go out there and win. I wanted to make the David family proud. And 17 months later, I started making the kind of money I've never made before. And then during that 17 months, I realized how much I can control my obsession and habits, because I have an obsessive personality. That gave me confidence to know I can channel that obsession into other areas of my life. It's crazy when I tell these types of stories, people are like, yeah, what about this? What about that? If you talk to this girl and she told you the story, she'd probably give you more details of this, and she would say it was so weird when we were going through it. That's exactly what I did. And, the rest is history. By the way, I didn't tell you it was easy. I don't tell you I walk on water. I got a lot of skeletons. I got vices just like everybody else. I have flaws. I have insecurities. I have fears just like everybody else. But I'm 44, man. When I look at my hands like this, I look young like this. I look 44 at this side of my hand. This side doesn't lie to you. This side lies to you. 44 is different than 24, different than 34. And life's been very interesting so far. So I'm excited about the next, hopefully, 44 years. I went 7.
Okay, guys, I have played the video, kind of lines into it nicely. So let's start talking. Ephrata, sis, welcome. Oh, thanks for joining us today. What do you have for us? Mona, use the link. Let me share my link again in case it's gone past.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome. Happy Friday to you.
TGIF. All right. Well, an interesting topic because
yes,
the last time I was here, I think we talked briefly about it, and everybody was sharing their perspective.
right.
So I'm looking forward to hearing every other person's point of view.
Right.
Well, this is introductory, right? I mean, am I supposed to sorry, I just joined.
Yeah, you can just talk. You can just give your you can definitely let your thoughts be known as people come in and join. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I believe that everybody has their point of view based on their experience, based on their environment, based on their belief and their experience, right? Mostly their experience. So a couple of days ago, a queen in Nigeria was she issued a statement saying that all men cheat, and well, there was some backlash, and I'm surprised there was that much backlash because I know that most of and it's never right to say all. It's never right to be extreme because everybody cannot be everything. There will be good, bad, and ugly wherever you go, wherever you find yourself. So she said that she said all men cheat, and there's I think it's been some kind of backlash from the responses, and people are like, well, my father didn't cheat, my uncle didn't cheat. Okay, fine, but my opinion is this. Well, you might be right, but how many percentage of men do not? I think that, I think that's less than 10%, you know. So I feel like the issue we have is, at first, when I, growing up in Nigeria, living there for most of my, young adult life, I felt like it was the way of life for men, because the men around me, my family, my father, my stepdad, uncles, except one uncle actually, they had multiple women. So for me, it was a way of life. But when I traveled to the diaspora, I began to hear things that even the Caucasians, they do it too, as well as our black brothers too. So, and then I began eh, to understand that this is like more or less like, you know, a way of life for them. But the thing is, over here in the diaspora, there are consequences. You understand? If your lady catches you, if you're caught, there are consequences. But where we come from, there are no consequences. That's what makes it different. So I'm sorry. So do all men really cheat? No, I cannot say all men cheat. That's really not, that would not be the truth. There will be no truth to that. Not all men, but most men do.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Right. I mean, definitely that could be truth, because it depends. When you see a number of people around you, you kind of measure how many people are actually faithful and to those that are not. So, it could be in the majority, and especially in a country like ours, where we come from, where there are no structures in place. There's nobody's held accountable for anything. So the tendency is most likely that majority of those men will cheat, right? Because nobody holds them accountable if they do anyway, right? But what about, let's flip it, right? What about women? Some men think majority of the women cheat from their stance, from their opinion. They believe that women cheat as well, just as bad as the men do.
I wouldn't agree with that. I actually do disagree with that. That doesn't mean women don't cheat, but it's nothing compared to the men. I feel like for women, if it happens, it's usually um you know, some of them could be revenge, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just that when it happens, at that point in time, nobody wants to hear why you did it. you know, and
Right.
so you're gonna be stoned. You're gonna be stoned. You will be stoned, like like the woman in the Bible was gonna be stoned to death, and Jesus stopped them. You will be stoned verbally. You know, you will. People will tongue lash you, and just be ready for the consequence. But a lot of men will also say that because they've been hot, and men can't take what we take.
This is true. There are a
Men
lot of
cannot
things.
handle it.
Yeah.
A man
So,
is not built
sorry,
to take it.
Ephrata. Romari, the way you came in, I don't know. I'm not able to add you, so I think you need to unmute and be on camera, and then when you come in, just you can turn off your camera and audio. But the way it is right now, I can't add you. It's just show your camera is blocked out, so it's not letting me add you. So you first go outside, make sure everything they on, and then mute yourself and take off the camera and then come back in, and maybe I can add you. If you can hear me, please. All right, yeah, go ahead, Ephrata.
Yeah. So, one thing you need to know also is that men are very loyal to each other. They
True.
stick to they
There's a
stick to the
camaraderie among
Oh my
them, yeah.
God, there is.
Hmm. They
Believe it or
stand for
not.
each other. That
And
one I
then
know.
yeah, and so when it happens to one of their friends or family member, they take it to heart. It hurts them real bad, even if they're
Right.
not, So, and then that hurt comes across when they now see all women as cheaters. They cannot
Yeah,
handle quarter of what they give out.
they dish
They,
out. Yeah.
they cannot. So that's why you see them talking like that. And so they carry all that garbage or baggage rather,
Mm-hmm.
and start thinking all women are like that. So because they are very loyal to each other, unlike women.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
That's true though, but it's some of these men, the arguments that they have about women. So most of them, what I have discovered, like some of the people I've heard, right, on online podcasts, whatever, right, they say they're very strong about their accusations of women, being the ones who actually are they are more cheats than men are. They say that the women just have a better way of dealing with it, that sometimes the man may never know, right? So maybe it's like later on in life, the woman will now say, yeah, by the way, I did this with this person, with that person, with this person, and the man is in shock. So because of that, some of them believe that no, and they don't want to they don't want to accept the fact that they are the greater cheaters, right? They will say no. Now women are just as bad, and because women don't get caught, that's why. And I'm like, where are you guys getting your statistics from?
No.
And some of these men have been hurt, because when they relay their experiences, usually, maybe they went with the worst of us. Let me put it that way, right? The worst of us as women, they will now end up with those women, and maybe those women don't put up with any of the things that they would normally dish out to a girl trying to mind her business, and the woman now deals with them. They will now say it's every woman that's like that. They tend to want to generalize based on their experience.
Yeah, men
and from a place of hurt.
Yeah, there's something else. Let me tell you how bad it is with men. If a female family member, maybe a sister-in-law or so, lost her husband 4 years, 5 years, and she's even caught trying to even move on, oh my God, they find out to be treacherous. That's how bad it is with men. You understand? I'm telling you, it's so bad. Did you? They're gonna be like, oh, you hear? Say she has. Did you hear that she has? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? And I'm looking at them and like, okay, so what's gonna happen now? I mean, you want her to be lonely, and if she's not the kind of woman that then why not? And then they look at you like, oh my God, you must be, immoral to say that. So now they just be pretenders. These men, as far as I am concerned, they just want to see women broken.
Yes.
That's just what it is. And you dare not have a life or a mind of your own. So that's it. Now, but when I also look at it, it's a man's world. It really is.
It is a man's world. Forget that they say, oh, women have rights here. It's a man's world all over the world. It is.
It's a man's world, though.
It is, because when you look at the dynamics and the way things are, they just have more laws here protecting women than they do where we come from. That's just the difference. But it's still a man's. Sorry?
The men move on faster. That's
exactly. Even when a woman, I think I was listening to something, I can't remember when now. Somebody lost their husband and she moved on. No, who was the story? Give me a minute. Let me remember the story. Okay, so this lady, or this her husband left her or something, they got divorced. And the woman moved on and she's like dating someone else. The guy was the one that stepped out on the woman, right, on the wife. And based on that and other issues that they had, the woman said she couldn't anymore. So she moved on. The man got married like within a month, okay, to another person. This woman now is moved on with her life, and she's actively dating someone else. The men, if you see the way they're castigating this woman, and I said, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense at all. It is the man that stepped out on this woman. Do you understand? And the divorce happened, yet you don't see any reason why this woman should have a life of her own. What did they say? Yuck. So she's going to end up with another man that will be, being with her the way her husband. I'm like, but that's exactly what the man is doing. What are you guys talking about? The man actually went and married this one. Not be say.
Lost you. Okay, you're still there. All right.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know. It's kind of, sometimes I'm like, men should actually pinch themselves, and see if it hurts, to see how it will be for the woman. Romari, welcome. Finally.
Hi, Omoye.
Hi, darling. Welcome.
Catfish. Yeah, I've been listening attentively because, I try not to interrupt, but
Okay.
good job for the show. I'm very impatient, so I can't do what you do. So but I wanted like my point is like I
Mhm.
agree with Marriott. Like everybody cheats.
Yeah,
Everybody has the capacity to cheat. And
absolutely.
the problem is like we live in a very hypocritical society where it's like even though women are doing it on the down low, they try to codedly, do theirs because the society will always condemn them more.
Hmm.
But it's not like it's not going on. And that's not
Right.
to get the conversation away from men. Men cheat, women cheat, everybody cheats. I mean, they're cheating with women, right?
Hmm.
So
And some of them
it's
with
still
the
the women
same people.
enabling the cheating.
Hmm.
Because if they didn't see anybody to cheat with, I mean, where would they be going to? But the thing is, like our society, of course, a lot of them kind of based on pressure from the older generation, they tend to accept some things. But
Hmm.
there are still people with coconut hair like my own that know they hear what. You know? I've met a lot of those kind of women, like
Hmm.
you don't, they're not taking it. They'll even chase you with bottle. But that's by the way.
Oh, God, but too long, long. Okay.
But like, but that's to tell you, like they know who they mess with, you know. And
Right.
and somehow, life plays a funny one in that some of this, randy men end up with the prudes who are like,
Hmm.
oh my god, I have to be in one place, I have to be virtuous, and da 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 da. They are somehow the ones that end up with these randy guys. And then the faithful guys sometimes, end up with the ladies where their head was just
Randy.
correct. Or sometimes they end up with each other,
Right.
but the way they, because the society accepts it, he doesn't have to be that careful, right? He can do it
Hmm.
whatever, everybody was like, oh, he's a man. But if and sometimes, I used to say that some of these people that are always going all over the place, if you really ask their wives, if they're even satisfied in bed, some of them don't even know what. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say the O word here, but
Just use O.
yeah, some of them don't know what an O is. I've
Right.
never experienced the O.
Right.
And they're there distributing it to their whole community, what they can't even achieve at home. Like it's just an ego trip, really. Nothing else, because everybody has a capacity. Who wants to eat a goosey every day, even as a woman? Yeah, afang go sweet now, okra go sweet.
Exactly. Banga soup go
it
sweet too.
it is said only the sweet. but, but because some people is just like, let's chill, there's nothing out there, or there are too many diseases, or some things just make you like, say you get small home training because they make you do one place. But like when I said women kind of enable this a lot, I remember one story a few years ago that got me really mad. I was here, I was like in my house fuming, like the thing hurt me so much. It was kind of this old lady. She has been widowed for decades. Like,
Mm.
and she got a young lover, right? And they were at it, and her, I think, granddaughter, was it her daughter or granddaughter, found them because she came to give her something, and
Mhm.
found her with this young man, and went to alert the village, and the villagers disgraced her that she was bringing shame to her matrimony. I say machigini. So person who husband not die for more than donkey
Decades.
years. Which the marriage don't finish. But like, do you think she doesn't have? emotions. She doesn't have like the urges. She does like you expect women to just be as dry as dry fish, or to have this be sad and broken, because how else are they gonna sweep in, forming Superman, saving the world, if you don't find broken women? Like, where would they feel like they are needed? You know?
Yeah, I think that's why I push back on to Nigeria's theory.
Mm.
Sometimes when he comes and he talks about the women, if they know their roles, when he alludes to stuff like that, it kind of bothers me when he says that, because what it sounds like coming when he says it is like, you just want the women to remain unhappy,
Mm-hmm.
and to take anything that the men are dumping on them, as it has always been. So should it continue, and we cannot continue like that, because what's happening is that women are having children that they already have traumatic experience, so they can't even mother properly as a result of that.
But Omoye, the funny thing is like
Mm.
the jokes are on the men, because even though
Why?
they are promoting this hypocritical society, if you like trace it back from our fathers or grandfathers, if you want to take a DNA of all the children they claim are theirs, you will be shocked
That's true.
that even
That
people in our grandmother's generation, that you're like, oh, she was virtual. Oh, my grandmother was, in fact, endured. They were married for 50 years. You know how the guys always say that women of these days don't do this and that and the other thing. Are you even sure
Yes.
you're the son of your father?
No, it's true. This is why. So to Ephrata, right? Let me just. This is why some of the men that were saying that is a lie, women cheat more. They cited examples of, like, in the old days, right? You had these children around. Some of those children did not belong to their husbands,
Of course, of
because they
course.
were slick. Women, they were very slick. So when they are doing it, the man does not know that that's what's going on. So
Trust women. They will take the secret to their graves.
I'm telling you, do you understand? The grave is covering a lot of things.
Oh my God, forget that social media is exposing one thing here and there.
It
Then
has
there's
always
nothing
been.
like that. I had all these lab tests. Who knew anything like that? It's just like, if your wife bring pregnancy, now your own now. Abi,
The hell
not be
now.
your wife.
Exactly. How you want to take dismiss and say no, no be my own.
Well, but no, but can I just say that the that's how come they came up with the traditional rights that women had to go through, because
Right.
these issues have always been there.
Yeah,
Right
Mm-hmm.
from time immemorial. You understand? So because of this same issue, and issues of cheating or having kids outside of the marriage and stuff like that. So it's always been an issue, always big time.
hmm.
You know.
But the problem with that is that those rights are one-sided. If you say make the man follow con take oath or follow con do rights, now there everything goes scatter. But
That's true.
it's still the a way to have control over the woman.
Suppress the women.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not do on both sides? Why not, like, everybody be faithful and all that? In fact, if that is what you have to do, that is
Mm-hmm.
where I'm against that, because it's like tilted in one direction. It's always like tilted in one direction, which is crazy, really.
Exactly. That's
Mm-hmm.
what that's the other side to it as well. And sometimes, right, some men they would say, oh, it's the woman that pushed the man to go and cheat. That's another excuse. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
if the woman pushed him to go outside, even though he didn't have intention of going outside, but she pushed him. I'm like, how did she push you? I mean, if you know they your eye before I say push you, because people will offend. Well, the way I look at it, and maybe
Yeah.
I'm naive that I'm saying it like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you're living with your siblings. They annoy you, right? You guys are still good. They annoy you, but they're still your siblings, right? Where sometimes you might fight, maybe physical, maybe you use mouths, you abuse each other, right? but that person still remains your sibling. Now, for marriage, okay, if you say the woman push you go outside, so that you can't go give another woman belly.
Yeah, but I remember one of the people the guys that called in a few days ago, and he mentioned something like that, like you put woman for house. In fact, my head was almost exploding. You put woman where you put for house. That one first got me upset. Then it's like, sometimes she might not be good, and it will make you go outside. I say, when you are annoying to the woman, where is she supposed to go to? Everybody they go outside now. Make everybody they go find their lessons. Because if you annoy her, you also expect her to go outside. What kind of annoyance is that? Like, you guys can't sit down and
Exactly.
talk to each other. Like, I don't understand. That is kind of like a standard excuse some of them always have, but I don't see the sense in that. Like, everybody has their flaws. You have your flaws. You're not like the angel that is always, making her happy. Do you even know how to even hit the right spot for her? If you even ask her if you do it for, like, some of these women,
Naija people, now you want to ask that.
like, let me even tell you, like, some of these women don't like cheat with other men. They cheat with other women. Because, I mean, women know where to touch, what to do, where to. And if, let's say, it wasn't on purpose that they explored that, but, somehow that happened, and they're like, oh my God, is this even possible? You don't use a
Tables are
word. You just
shaking
stay there.
tonight,
You just stay
oh,
your house
even
for
my own
furniture.
ear. Romani, don't spoil me, oh, I beg.
Sometimes I just, keep my mouth shut because
No. I
like,
mean,
because I'm just saying, like, a lot happens around us that,
this is
people
true.
try to shut it out, like things are not happening. They prefer to pretend that these things are not happening, but it's happening. And it's not just
Absolutely.
happening like very one in a million. It's a lot more than that.
No, it's true. But you know why I believe what you're saying is
Yeah.
because, I think there was a while back I was watching, I forget which, it was on YouTube, but it was a long time ago. These women, right, they were exposed by their husbands,
Mm.
right? So for a long time, they will come up for house, they'll say that they go do girls hangouts, girls this, right?
Yeah.
So I think one time the wife came back and he just started suspecting that, wait, this closeness with this friend is becoming too much. Like, what is really going on with these two people? They became like inseparable and stuff like that. And sometimes when they're having an argument and maybe the friend is there, she always takes the side of the woman, like they're ready to fight him together. Now the man comes out to say, this thing don't make sense to me again. This kind of friendship, it can't pass, be careful. Oh. So he now hired an investigator to investigate, to just, he said just to have peace of mind that everything was okay. He just hired an investigator, not expecting anything to come up,
Yeah.
right? The guy started investigating this woman everywhere she went, whatever she did, when she left work, and all of that. When the investigator finished work, hey, they now came and told the asked guy, "Are you ready for the expose? Whatever." The man said, "Yeah, thinking, wait till they want to find nothing."
Yeah.
When they rolled the tape, the man literally was in shock. He
He
not
was
fit
he
believe
was
am.
shook.
He shake am to the core because he not saying, this is so and so. They're very good friends. They do this together. They do. They
Of
travel.
course.
They go this. They go.
Yeah.
The man was completely blown away. He couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah.
So turns out that the woman was actively having multiple encounters with different. so-called friends in the guise of friends, tight friendship.
Mm-hmm.
My people, things are happening. No,
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah.
pretend about
You know,
that.
I remember even in my secondary school then, there was one of the teachers that was female teachers that was having an I mean one that's just one of the numerous female teachers that was having an affair with a student, a female student. And the student used to go to her house, like the husband would be thinking, oh, her small friend, they're actually lovers,
Wow.
so how are you going to suspect that?
Right.
It's been a thing for a long time. The time they're saying, oh, they have side chick, they have the right to have side chick, they have a right to do this. They're equally, they fail to account for the fact that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. If you spent all that energy trying to explore your woman, trying to make her toes curl, make her, feel she's less likely to even think about, all of the other things instead of spreading the energy around. Yeah, because like, not that you want to use your energy and go in and out and be breathing heavy, like, you just climbed a Lumo rock, but actually targeting it in a way that she's happy with. Right? All these investigations wouldn't be necessary. I'm just saying, not because I'm trying to justify what women or men do. It's just that, you know, um the energy can be targeted to, like, doing what you're supposed to do, communicating
But,
with each other,
but
making the woman feel comfortable to tell you that this is what she wants without you calling her names,
mm,
and you also communicating with her that this is actually what you want, and her being open to receive that, as long as it's something, doable. Yeah, but some people cannot be helped anyway.
yeah, and again, let's also bear in mind though that there are people or partners who do everything to make their partners happy, but
Mm,
the person will still find way to waka go front.
mm,
You
mm,
understand? But
mhm,
I get what you say. I get what you're trying to say because sometimes most of these people don't make any effort at all.
mhm, mhm,
They just say, "Ah, I don't marry and put for house now, waiting, I beg."
mhm.
When it's time to do, they just pam pam pam, that's it, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
woman doesn't even know what it feels like. Then the man will go outside and go and meet somebody that's giving different styles.
Yeah.
And then come home and be looking at the woman at home like, I beg, you are just there for decoration. And
But
you go and
the
get.
funny thing about that
Mm,
is, in their head, they feel they're doing something with the person outside. Meanwhile, the person is just out there to get paid, and she has where she's getting her own, she
joy.
gets her own. Yeah, it's not with you. In his head, is like, yeah, this one is that, I'm the man, I'm kini. Will not for where concentrate on the one with the house. You know, green. You're there spending money you're supposed to use and build your family on people
Right.
that are just there to collect your money and make you feel like you're king, which is what he desperately wants. Because I mean, why else are you out there?
Right, right. Ephrata, what happened? Maybe connection. If you can, please come back. Oh, anyways, I mean, so for on this topic, for instance, right? And according to Ephrata, she was like, yeah, majority of the men cheat, right?
Yeah,
And that's she's like majority of the men cheat. Coming from where we come from, we do know because there are no structures in place, nobody is held accountable, so men literally can do things that they want to do. Even though we know that some men are also faithful, they don't believe in all of these things because they have other things that they're focusing on.
yeah, yeah,
um
yeah.
yeah,
And I
but
met a lot of those ones,
yeah,
fortunately for me. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I think it depends on the man and the type of man he is. If he's the kind of
Mm-hmm.
person that is interested in his spiritual well-being and focus, and he believes that, look, I don't want to splinter myself into too many places, So in order for me to avoid all of that, I will center myself here and put that energy into doing other things, because the reason why I'm asking this question is that it seemed like where we come from, there's too much focus from the men folk on this issue of cheating or no cheating, right? Like, oh, men cheat, every man cheat, they want it to be accepted. But
Okay.
shouldn't the energy be channeled towards nation building as opposed to, we're having these people are having this conversation, oh, a man's going to be a man and all of that. Nobody's telling them, but dude, there's bigger fish to fry. Why do you want to spend that time and those resources, just scattering yourself and your energy all over the place, where you can actually build things for the people that you are making, because you are making people so that they can live a comfortable life? Why do you want to splinter yourself in too many places and you can't focus? The goal you should have, you can't have it because you're all over the place.
Yeah, you know what? I think they always say empty vessels make the loudest sounds. The people that are actually doing their thing and are principled, why I won't really say, spiritual, is because I mean that is also good focus for some people. It helps to keep them grounded. But over the years, I discovered a lot of them are very hypocritical, and it's like using that as a cover. But if you're principled, whether or not you're spiritual, right? It helps. The spirituality kind of adds on to your already established principles. If you don't have
Yeah,
any principle in it,
principle.
yeah,
Right,
by
right,
yourself, there's
right.
nothing to build on. You're just
On.
using the spirituality as a cover. But I'm just saying that the ones that mess around make the loudest sounds. The people that are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, you don't even hear so much about them. And then even the women, instead of them to just keep quiet, say you get a community P, endure it on your own. You're like misery loves company, and you're here screaming all over the place like, it rains everywhere. Where are these people that are not saying, they're saying that one thing? You want to leave your relationship. You want to leave. You endure now. Who send you message? Na person send you make make you dey there.
This Romari. Now what for you?
It's true.
But I hear you though.
You
No, you're
can't make
right.
it your own. You are here screaming at other people. Please, madam.
Ephrata, thanks for coming back. Oh, what happened na your network?
I'm surprised. I was just trying to browse the internet for a minute. I think at that point something
Okay,
happened.
yeah,
But
it timed
I could
you
still
to
hear
kick
you.
you out. Yeah.
Okay, but I could still hear you. And when you were calling me out, I was trying to unmute myself, but it wouldn't let me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but quite honestly, jokes apart, I think maybe we should like really address some key issues here.
Right.
And I think, and some of that of the key issues is that we also, as much as we don't want to, we don't want to buy this idea that men cheat or make excuses on their behalf or whatever. We have to understand that they have a natural desire to wander around. You understand?
But
They
you
be
can
like,
say that but Ephrata though, you can say the same of women. Some
Exactly.
Yeah,
not
some
really.
women do have the natural
Yeah.
desire
To
to
wander,
wander
but
around.
it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
it's less
some
than
women
zero.
like that too. I'm
There's some
sorry.
women like that too.
It's less than 0.01
No,
percent.
you can't give that
I don't
I'm
statistics.
know.
telling
Just say
you,
that they don't speak out.
most women,
Yeah,
no,
because of shame. But that
most,
statistics is absolutely wrong. I'm
most,
telling you.
yeah,
Just know that. But you can make your point though.
okay, but most women are not, they don't set out to, to do that, because they're focused on their families and their spouse. But the thing is, of course, things happen, life happens. So let's not, I mean, maybe 1 out of 10 women, and then that one will come spoil the other nine.
But it's usually the case. And again, because what me don't discover too, we women we sleep. Oh, I don't meet some bad, I don't meet some babe, I don't meet some women, man. Ma tell now. I don't meet some women. Or more women, they sabi keep things, so they will hide and find their chest, lock camp, take it, throw them inside old tongue. You know go know. I'm telling you, get something that I don't see for women hand. I fear. I not go lie to now. So most times the difference is say women they sabi keep quiet, that they sabi maintain decorum. You not go ever know. Even the most quiet woman, when you just say, man, if you put water for a mouth, now there you go take me down. You go bow. Wait till they happen behind.
Yeah.
It go shock you. So sometimes the way I think they look this thing, it just depend on the person. They know they know finish. We know they know finish because women are not allowed to, to speak out like the way men be now. It is obvious. They make it obvious. They'll go out, they'll do all but women are not like that. Women are behind, they go sleek. Guys, they go take waka, do their own,
Marius.
What did
I'm
she
just
say?
reading the comment. This is funny. Oh my God.
What is Marriott doing? Marriott is going, let me see, women equals good instincts. Laughable. The patriarchy expects women to be good mothers. Angelic. That's not real. That's true.
I was laughing at the one where she said that the Lori saying this is getting her licks on the side.
Efrata, wetin happen again?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Or
here.
maybe Marriott, I think Romari probably laughed and kicked herself.
Okay,
Romari, come back. Oh, yeah. So
I
go ahead.
feel like when it comes to the issue of men and their philandering ways, I think for them it's like a game, some excitement. Because I want us to think beyond the that euphoria, that reactive that we feel when we about men doing what they do. And I'm not making excuses for them, but I think if you know this, you'll know peace, especially for women who are dealing with such issues in their homes and they just don't know where the problem is coming from. So I would say to those women, it's not like you're not beautiful. It's not like you're not good in the other room. It's not like you're not you don't take care of yourself. It's just that the person you are with has a wandering eye. He has a wandering thing between his legs, and there's really not much you can do to stop him. In fact, the only thing that can stop him is God forbid if the thing down there doesn't work anymore. That's the only thing. So if any of those if any woman like that is out there who some women really have it bad with with the men, and in our naivety sometimes we feel like, okay, I'm beautiful enough to change him, I'm sassy enough to change him, I'm good in the other room, he'll definitely no it passed. So now inside in DNA now ID, so you just have to look for a way to make the decisions. I am for stronger families. I'm sorry, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist.
What does a feminist mean to you? What do you think a
A
feminist
feminist
means?
to me is I feel my interpretation of that is a woman who feels like, okay, I don't need you. I don't need a man. I don't need a man to be happy. When they talk, I need a man. I love to be with a man. I love to. That's just who I am, and because I recognize that, I just do what I did. Respect myself. Just in my corner, because you
No,
understand.
feminist doesn't mean that too. Of course, there are
Yeah, it
extremes
doesn't.
of it.
Well,
There are extremes of it. There are people who take it extreme. A feminist just means
okay.
someone who wants equality for all. It
Well,
doesn't mean you don't need. There's no way I can come out and say I don't need a man. Why? I need a man. I have brothers. I grew up with two parents, my dad and my mom. I love the life they had. I have uncles. I love the life they have. I have brothers who are married. I love the. Why would I even say that? So feminism, a lot of times when people talk about the negative, the extreme of, they want to try and maybe shut the women up. They'll say feminists. They don't need men. That's not true. That's because
not
that's what they
true at
want to
all.
hold on to. That's what they want to hold on to. So that concept of feminism you're referring to, that's not the right one. The real true feminism men are even feminists. There are men who believe that,
Yeah.
okay, yes, equal pay for this woman because she even knows better than me. Equal
Yeah.
pay for everybody. You being able to afford what you want to afford without being discriminated. That's what feminism is all about.
Yeah,
So
Omoye, in addition to that, it surprises me when um, educated women are against feminists, because you even going to
yeah,
school, feminists fought for you to be able to go to school, to have a
exactly.
profession. It's just a few decades ago that women would be sent to mental institutions if they even try to learn how to read, because you're a woman, you're not supposed to know how to read. That's a man's thing. You're not supposed to know how to be able to work, except maybe in the kitchen or washing clothes in a factory or doing menial jobs. If you have a profession, you went to school, you have an opportunity to be able to say something out in public without being jailed or sent to a mental
Mhm.
institution. I don't think you have anything. I
Without being
mean,
being burnt at the stake. They used to do
yeah,
that to women because they were white. They had instincts and they used them, so they classified them as witches, and then they burned
yeah.
them.
It's just that, yeah, a lot of boys are very vocal about the things that men try to do to maybe kind of keep the women clamped, or
Yeah,
cut the wings, and people
yeah,
are kind of vocal about that. That doesn't mean that everybody shouldn't have their own say, as long as you having your own preference. It's okay for you whether they clamp your wings or not. If that's fine for you, nobody is trying to tell you not to get your wings clamped, or for you not to be able to work or earn a living or be able to have free speech. If all that is not affecting you, then I mean, it's different from misandry, right? Those ones actually hate men and they have good reason to. But if you don't identify with them, then you don't identify with them. But it's not a feminism. It's
yeah. It's
different.
not. It's
Okay.
different. And Marriott, yeah. To be honest, how many of your friends have admitted to cheating on their spouse? Have you cheated? Who are men cheating with? Some men cheat with married women, by the way. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, there was a TikTok video I saw about a married woman who was saying that, that she laughs at most of these married women when they're always trying to say they don't want to be friends with their single friends. And they try to give them the bad eye, and say, hey, maybe. And he said, but check your friends, check your married friends, not them. Now your husband they sleep with. They keep that secret, you won't know. So it's interesting. So it's not just single people, because sometimes married women want to target single people when not send anybody message. But the truth is, the people that they are really cheating with are also married. So the woman and the man go keep quiet. They go they chop jollof rice and turkey. On the other hand, you'll be thinking, oh, my husband is with my friend. A lie, a lie. He's doing it, getting busy. So they are. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
He could even be doing it with the house help, if not your friend.
Exactly.
It could just
Exactly.
depends on whoever tickles his fancy.
Whoever tickles his fancy. And again, for
So
that house help own, I think that's a power dynamic. I think it's unfair for the man to take advantage of the house help because
yeah,
she's helpless, right? So when
yeah.
you go and take advantage of someone who you're more powerful than, physically, everything, resources wise, everything, and then you force it on her, and then the woman again. Problem I have with a lot of Nigerian women, now the girl now they go they beat, now the
Mm,
girl now they go do bad thing too. They never confront the men. That's the problem I have with a lot of Nigerian women. Talk to your man. He's the one who carried his willy to somebody else. Why are you fighting the girl that he forced to do it with? So those are some of the things that I look at and I'm like, this thing go. I don't know. Women should learn to channel the annoyance correctly. They always a channel and to the wrong person. You guys remember the story of that woman that went to publicly. I think she caught her husband, or the husband took the girl out. I don't know the story. I think you guys maybe know about it, where the woman come beat the girl, whether he naked and come they take picture or they record them or something like that.
Oh,
You guys
please.
remember that story?
It's nearly that one. What about governor of California, former governor Arnold Schwarzenegger? When they
Oh,
follow
the house girl, the
he
nanny.
made, where be much older woman and everything. It
Yes.
just that's why I said it depends on who tickles their fancy. The truth of the matter is that, unfortunately, every female around a man that has wandering is a suspect. It now depends on which class in they're interested in. There are some interested in married women, some interested in the underage girls, relatives living under them. So some are interested in, Agba Susie, whatever, name them. Some some are interested in widows. So you just, if you just identify the one where your person they you will put your eye on that one. You understand? So it's that's why
God
I said
forbid.
they have a wandering eye. Nah, you know.
God forbid a bad thing. I know and I can't, all those ones I can't deal. What is that? That means you don't have self-control now. What's the point?
Mhm.
I will now be fighting, come and be using eye to shadow somebody that does not know what your problem is. That one is too much work for me.
But hold
Hey.
on, at the end of the day, mostly I feel like people are dealing with one thing or the other. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah, of course,
I
but
don't know if I can use.
I
I can.
wouldn't deal with that. That one I know for a
Okay,
fact.
but
I will not.
there are some who don't physically cheat with a human, but they are jerking off. Do
Yeah,
you
but
do you
it won't
realize
be
that?
in any of that category. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
There are
okay.
people who, because I know people who are very honest, and I mean not very faithful, and know why they are doing what they are doing. It's not like they cannot afford to wander.
Mm.
That's not why they are not doing it. For them, it's just different. Like to your point, Romari, they just have principles, and they've been
Mhm.
able to
But
build themselves to that point where they don't see the need in it. It's not like they can't go out there and wander and be with Susie, Pamela, different types of people, but that's not what they want to do.
I
People are
mean,
making choices not to do
yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, for me, I feel like a lot of people out there are going through one or the other, and very few percentage is going through. Is a very few percentage of women are with men who can control themselves. So I feel like, if you feel like you want to focus on those kind of men, they are almost non-existent.
They
So
are existent.
Oh,
If
they
mine was
are.
fair, they
almost.
exist.
Believe me. I've
No,
met
Sorry,
if
a
my
yo.
lot of
own's fair,
them.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about my everybody they talk about their own now.
Yo,
My own's
okay,
fair,
okay,
they exist.
Oh,
If
they
okay.
your
exist.
own's fair, they don't exist, no
They don't
problem. But
exist
for
at
me,
all. Nah, milk and bone.
But you know what is
they
sad?
exist for me.
I'm
For you,
You
if you be
sorry.
miss and bone.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what is sad? It's sad that a lot of women go through life
Mhm.
afraid of uncertainties,
Yeah, that
These are
is
or
not
true.
afraid
uncertainties.
of
This is
what
ordinary
they
life.
cannot control, afraid of venturing out, not just based on relation, even professionally, even
Mhm.
taking risk.
Mhm.
Because if you're not happy where you are,
Mhm.
like you go through life waiting on one man who is busy outside, and the only time he comes back to you is when his thing is no longer working. So
Mhm.
like you've spent your whole productive life, when your body is even shacking you, that's when his thing is no longer working. And then you're supposed to go through your whole life enduring shit. Like I don't even understand. What is that? Is this life? Meanwhile, the other person has
Well,
enjoyed his life, has spread his wild oats, has done waiting, waiting, waiting. You'll be there forming one, I don't even know what to call it.
Mrs.
Like, I don't understand. You see, it's like I always. I start with myself. I feel people should tell themselves the truth when necessary. It's just that like when you try to, your truth will be pinching you. You're like, get far from me, devil. It's not devil. It's like the truth looking you in the eye and telling you, madam, yeah, what are you doing? you, you know you want to stay.
So Fab Solly says, my own be say, don't let your world fall off its axis
Yeah,
because of this. That is it.
exactly.
That is the
Exactly.
end of it all. As
I'm
in,
telling you.
regardless, because life, nobody knows what life is going to dish out, right? So, and at every step of what life dishes out, you
Mhm.
have to make a decision.
Yeah, yeah.
If you make a decision, now you go deal with the consequences of those decisions.
Oh, yes.
Regardless
Yes.
of what happens, do not make sure say you are okay, you dey
Mhm.
intact, because it's
Yeah,
only when you are okay you can make clear decisions for yourself. If you are
yeah.
not, and you are falling off, and you are not looking at, you say, oh, this man are the kind person when they like me this, so let me just be giving myself anxiety. So when anybody when they resemble that kind of thing, when the man like they around, I go they panic, they get anxiety. I can't, God forbid. Swear. On top
But
of what? It's not
you
that
know,
serious. So,
yeah. You know what's troubling to me sometimes is that some of this thing, well, not all of them, but some
oh,
of this,
okay. Efrata,
some
thank
of
you
this,
very much.
Thank
I
you, guys.
appreciate
Bye,
you.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a great
guys.
night.
All
Yeah,
right, good
bye.
night.
right? You know what's shocks me sometimes, or is disturbing to me sometimes, is that some of these women are like professionals, bosses in the field, going
Yes.
kicking
Yes.
ass, doing
Yes.
this. But when it comes back to the relationship, they are like the victims. How?
Yes. You
How?
know, there was a video that one lady from Ghana did, and she was talking about Nigerian men and Ghanaians. She was not like, that it's really, for her, it's very strange, because Nigerian women are very strong, they're very
Mm,
educated, they're very, powerful women when you see them, right? But when they
mm,
are with their husbands or they get married, that same woman that you see as a strong woman that has, is, that you look up to, will become like a wimp with the man. Why? Because the man will be doing all manner of things, but just because she wants to stay in the marriage, she takes it, she
mhm,
keeps taking it. I mean,
mm.
come on. And the problem is that Nigerian women they do not hold their husbands accountable.
I'm
That
telling
is
you.
the problem. You're marrying a man. What is the purpose of marrying somebody? Do you understand? Is it
Yeah.
not for you to hold each other accountable? Because me, I don't understand. If the man is going, because for instance, let's say, okay, I decide I want to take his last name, and so now I'm part of his family. If I'm going to do something to embarrass him, shouldn't he call me and say, babe, we're not going to do that.
Hmm.
You're not just representing yourself, you're also representing me. So you can't, I can't allow you make a fool of yourself, and make me look bad just because you want to do this, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing. You
Yeah.
should be able to call your husband to order. If it means
Mhm.
you need to go and get help, go and get. The problem is Nigerian women let men off the hook.
I
They
you know.
allow them run roughshod over them. So that's why you see some women will explain it away. This is how men are. They'll be giving you the same back
Mhm.
backhanded advice that is
Yeah.
sending
Yeah.
people to their graves every day.
You know, when I read some
Hi,
comments on social
Debbie.
media,
Welcome. Sorry.
hey,
Go ahead, Normari, when you
yeah,
finish.
I was gonna say, some comments that are disturbing to me sometimes when I read some comments on social media. When it comes to things like this, especially from Nigerian men, they'll say, "Ah, na me marry am after I don't pay bride price. She go come talk, na me marry her, no be she marry me. And actually, I put them for house." All that statement is almost like, you were bought and you were put in a corner, and you're not supposed to move from there. They can do whatever they want to do, and they paid money for you, they bought you, and they put you somewhere, and yeah, you've been bought
Yeah,
with a price.
yeah, exactly. Cynthia says, wait, too. Cynthia says, currently this evening, there's this video circulating in UK of a girl boiling kettle and throwing the hot water and stabbing her with a knife because of rumors she stabbed with. Are you kidding?
Yeah, well,
Cynthia.
people go crazy. The funny thing is that she'll be in jail, right?
16
While the
to
man,
18 years? This is
uh,
crazy.
the guy will still move on to somebody else while she's going to be roasting for most of her life in jail. It's really pathetic, honestly.
Wow, Debbie, welcome, Debbie. What say ye? Welcome to the party.
Thank
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you? Welcome.
I'm
thanks.
good. Staying cold.
Can, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Like I mean, like this topic, normal for men to cheat. I keep wondering. I don't know. I think the men have seen that narrative into we ladies believe that it's normal for them when it's not. Like
So
if it's
you're going in and out too, Abby? Is it
oh,
me?
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Speak again, make us see.
I said the men have.
Okay, I can't hear you anymore. Uh-oh. Debbie. Romari, what happened to you? Debbie, are you still here? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, you can speak now. Let's hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, okay. I said this topic that we're talking about, like normal for men. It's always surprising when I hear men, especially ladies, say it's normal for men to cheat. I think that's the night. Can you hear me?
No, you're breaking out. You keep going in and out. Do you have your earpiece? Maybe it's your earpiece or something. Marriott, you say it's training from childhood. Even though it's training from childhood, doesn't mean you cannot retrain yourself. I mean, everybody can say that. If it's training from childhood, you can retrain. It's when you now know better, you do better, right? And at certain ages, not everybody marries at the same time, but at least when you know better, you start to do better. Because we need to really start talking about that, because the women mostly don't address, they do not hold their husbands accountable. They never call their husbands to order about saying you don't have to do it in the public eye. If you want to talk about respect, you can do it in the bedroom, for crying out loud. Because these men are really they're embarrassing their descendants. I'm telling you, they're embarrassing their names because of their actions. I mean, should we just leave it like that? Because that's how we're trained from childhood, to just say nothing? No. Debbie, are you back now?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. I think it's
Yeah.
better now. You can go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hello, Debbie. Uh-oh, I think your Wi-Fi does not want it to be great this
Yeah.
evening. It keeps going in and out. Eh? Okay. So Bamidele is a guy. He's saying, if a man is not faithful to his wife, why waste a woman's time and energy in a marriage relationship that is toxic? Thank you. Bamidele is Nigerian. Thank you, please, Bamidele, for saying this, because sometimes when you talk, me, I'm just saying my own. I know some people will say, after all, what does she know? She's not married yet. So, of course, I wouldn't listen or take advice from such a person. I'm not asking you to take advice from me. Please don't. I'm not asking anybody. We're just having a conversation here, right? So people are quick to say, they can be quick to say that kind of thing. And not that I care, right? But truth be told, Nigerian women do not hold their husbands accountable. Most of them, they don't. You clearly see that the man is about to jump off the cliff. You are there looking at the man. Do you want him to jump and hurt himself? Is that when you will now hold? I mean, I don't understand. Please make it make sense. Is what I'm saying crazy? This is a man now that is talking. He says, if a man is not faithful to his wife, why waste a woman's time and energy in marriage relationship that is toxic? Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You can, try speaking.
Maybe because I'm on the road. That
Oh, okay. You keep going
yeah.
in and out. Yeah.
going in and out again.
Uh,
Am I still going in and
yeah.
oh okay, maybe we are not
Yeah, so sorry. Oh my God. I really wanted to hear what you had to say, but it's going in and out.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Maybe you can try again later, maybe when you'll get to a packed place or so. Yeah.
Try again.
Thank you. Cynthia, majority of women in Nigeria, they don't hold their husbands accountable. They don't. But the men are quick to hold the women accountable. The men are quick to say, don't do that, or don't wear that, don't do. But you don't. So what's the point of being in his life if you cannot call out his wrongs? If you cannot tell your husband, somebody that has seen everything about you, if you cannot say, hey, you understand, honey, boo-boo, we're not going to do that. I don't think you should do that. How about that? How about that? I mean, I've dated Nigerians, and I told them, and they tell they say, what you they do not good. And then nothing happened. I mean, nothing happened to me. Of course, maybe we didn't end up getting married, not because I told them what was on my mind and what they thought they were doing wrong. Come on. You gotta tell, what's the point? You're supposed to help each other be better. If nobody is talking to, telling anybody, say, come, do better. I'm not saying do better. You are not saying do better. How do you get better for each other? How? Everybody has their own way of, communicating and all. Look for ways that work for both of you to communicate and talk so that you have free conversations between yourselves. Don't let your man act a fool before you tell them that, oh no, then the whole public will now know that why this man acting a fool. No. Let me post the link again, Jerry. I'm sorry, Romari. I'm posting the link now. I no go take again, no. I remember reading comments that kicked you out. Maria says, but is the man wasting her time, or is she the one who needs to value her time and get the hell on? Well, that's also true. Welcome back, Romari. I couldn't say, Romari,
So
don't come do
I'm a
amebo.
ball. I say make I read comments. You're kicking me out. I will go again. Oh Lord. Okay, let me be coming down.
Marriott, why are you disagreeing with Bamidele? What he says is true now. I mean, the man should hold himself accountable first and say, no, I'm not going to be faithful to this woman, so I'm not going to bring toxicity to her. What's wrong with that?
But you
I
know
beg
what that sounds like is always making it look like the woman is completely helpless. She can actually
Oh,
help herself, right? No, he's
yeah,
right
but
in that the
if
man
the
should be
man,
responsible, but the woman can also be responsible for her own life, right?
absolutely, but
Yeah.
we know instances where women don't seem to, so the man has to be responsible enough to say,
Mhm.
I don't see anything wrong with what he said. The man has to be responsible enough to say, okay, instead of me being in this marriage where I know I can't be faithful to this woman, I'm not even going to bother going into a relationship with her because I know I'm not going to be.
Definitely.
Right, that's
Definitely.
what I'm saying. Not,
Yeah.
oh, you are trying to be savior. No, it's just the man checking himself, which I don't
Yeah.
see anything wrong with that, right?
Yeah. I,
Bamidele, welcome. Oh. Go
oh,
ahead.
he's here.
He's here.
Yay.
Yes. Let's hear from a man.
He's talking about
Yeah. So
Welcome.
thank you. Well, I just have to say, I don't know. It just seems that the sinful nature of a human being is bad. But it's like if you're a true human being, if you want to be in this marriage relationship, you should be faithful to your partner. I'm like, that's why you don't want to share yourself with anybody else. Not everybody's for everybody. You don't share your body with anybody else if you know that you're not gonna be faithful to that person. So you know and I don't know. It's just like the whole polygamous society is like. I think that's why Nigeria is the way it is because it's a polygamous society where a man can be free to marry multiple wives is not good. Well, well, there should be equality. Well, if if the woman, if you're cheating on on your wife, let the woman cheat as well. To seem equal, she can marry as many husbands as she wants. And see how he feels.
Well, thank you very much for saying that too. Debbie, thank you for coming back. Let's see again whether this thing will work for you because we really want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, hear me.
Oh, much better. Ooh.
Oh, better place. Can you hear me clearly?
Uh-oh, you're still going in and oh my God, now. Uh-oh.
I want to respond to Bamidele's point
Yeah,
though.
go
And
ahead.
that is what I always say is that, and I agree 100% with him. Uh is that if you want to go out, and do your own thing, then let the relationship be open. Everybody go get their fix.
So exactly. So this is what, when you hear some people from, here in America, you hear some
Yeah.
women saying, if the man is wanting that, then okay, we might as well just bust it all open so everybody can do what they want so nobody feels cheated. But there's a problem with that because there's no way you can have sanity in that kind of arrangement. So
Yeah,
what happens is,
mhm.
go ahead.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just like, people that do that go into it knowing before marriage that that is their kind of interest. It's not after marriage that you kind of like, oh, I'm interested in different people. If both of you don't agree with the same thing, if one person is monogamous and the other person is polyamorous, then it cannot work, right? If both of you are polyamorous, you want to love different people, you want to see different people, both of you can be doing your thing. At least everybody they do your own thing. But if you went into the relationship and then married on the platform of monogamy, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly. So what happens is sometimes people say they're monogamous, right? And or no, they say they're looking for a monogamous relationship, all right? And they meet someone who's also wanting to be monogamous, and then when they get into that relationship, they spring up a new dynamic in the relationship to the person. How do you want them to respond to that, right?
Yeah.
So thereby, because with women are wired such a way that women are loyalists, right? When you have a woman, you have her heart. She would take a lot of things that she's not supposed to take because you have her heart. So it's going to take her a while to break loose from that. So if the man springs it up, she will not have an immediate response that most of us here would have and say, no, that's it, I'm done, right? Some of them, it
Mhm.
takes them time. So they will live in that whole arrangement until maybe they find the strength. And by the time they even say they want to, they won't even remember they need strength anymore because there'll be one strife after the other, and they completely lose track of everything. Before you know what's happening, they are stuck in this situation forever. That's what happens to a lot of women.
The kind of orientation a lot of women have as you're growing up and then they enter into marriage is that it's such that they lose their individuality. It's like whatever the man wants is, oh yeah, whatever you want. Like at some point, she loses her own self. She doesn't even know what she's interested in. It's whatever the man is interested in. Where do you want to go to? Wherever he wants to go to. It's just like the coming to America, right? Where they found him a bride. It's like whatever you want, whatever music you like, whatever food you like, right? At some point, she loses herself. So it takes her when this betrayal now comes, it kind of like, okay, if she never found herself before she got into that relationship or marriage, it's difficult for her to now establish that this is who I am. and this is what I want for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is now like struggling to find yourself in the midst of toxicity. That makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Let
Why?
me come to Debbie for a second. Debbie,
Yeah.
can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I be like say the thing don't normal now.
Oh. Is it better?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I don't go in and out. You know.
I pray so
I
Don't
too.
go
was
Hallelujah.
anywhere. Just
I was like packed somewhere. I guess maybe because I was driving. That's why.
okay.
Yeah. So like I want to say, it's so surprising when
Not again.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me not swear. Okay.
can
Okay, we can hear you now.
I said it's so painful when you hear even our ladies say it's normal for men to cheat. I don't know. The men as they've like manipulated the whole thing to make a woman think it's normal. It's normal for them to cheat when it's not. Can you hear me? Oh
Yes.
God.
Yes, yes, we can hear you now. Just yeah.
Okay, when it's not like
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Debbie. Maybe
oh
you say you're on a train.
Be like season film. You are waiting for episode 2 and
I
they'll tell you.
wait, let me
know.
see.
Oh my
Hello?
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's my Wi-Fi. Hello?
You're like
Hello, we can
drifting
hear
in and
you now.
out. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I have to get home, but I had to pack because I just wanted to say, I don't know. Like I used to say, my dad is a faithful man, even if he's not perfect. He has never hit my mom before. His best friend too doesn't have. So when I came out and I saying things like it's normal for men to cheat,
Man, Debbie, this your Wi-Fi. He doesn't want you to be great tonight. Hi. Man. Eh? He's just doing
Yeah.
anyhow. Oh
This
no.
is crazy. Yeah. I have
Let
a
me come
question
to
though.
Bon. Oh, Romar, you have a question? Okay, ask your
Yeah,
question, then I'll come to Bon.
I hear this sometimes where people are like, my dad, my uncle, my this and shit. How do you know? Like
That's
you
true
have
though.
a
You don't really
father-daughter
know.
relationship with them, but you're
Yeah,
not their spouse.
yeah.
How do you
That's
know?
true. That's true. Because our mothers are very good at hiding a lot of
Oh
things. That's
yeah.
true. It's true. You're right. You can't know. I mean, I don't think that's using dad, uncle. I've used my dad, but that's because of what I know. But I mean, I can't really say that to be
Mhm,
100%. I can't say yo, he never.
mhm,
Maybe he did prior to when I came. What of that? It could have happened before I came. They could have resolved or
mhm.
dealt with it however way. I don't know. You know what I
Me, I
mean?
don't
So
know, but I
you're
can't
right.
beat my chest.
Yeah,
Cause I mean,
that's true. That's true. That's true. Bon Bon, welcome, sweet sweets.
Hi.
Hello.
Am
bum
I
bum.
echoing?
Are you a sweet? I beg.
I'm a
She's
I'm a sweet and sour.
Ah.
all right, Maria. Let's hear what you got to say.
Okay, so first of all, Romari stole my thunder because that's what I called here to say.
Oh my
My dad doesn't cheat. My mom has never cheated. My best friend never. I'm not saying to be rude, but you're not the person's spouse, and you're not them. People can
Autonomy. That's true.
you can say all these things, but you are not in the relationship with them.
Mhm.
Like my dad is a rule follower. He will leave the house certain time, come back certain time. But that man could have done anything,
That's true.
and I
Yeah.
think he did something because one day I think I caught him. And I didn't say anything to my mom. I'm like, and he looked at me, and I looked at him.
Oh
Then
my
he piped
God.
down. Like I don't have proof, but something happened.
Yeah.
And this is a man that comes back home. Like I'm usually at home now as the only child, and he'll come back home the same time every single day. But we shared a look, so you don't know. So, like I said in the comments, I can only vouch for myself. I can't vouch for anybody because
Yeah.
if we're all honest with ourselves, we all have things that we've done that nobody in this life knows about,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that are not congruent with who we know who we are and who people think we are. So all this, so that's in a way I'm kind of calling to kind of agree with Catfish Farm a little bit. Not to say that all men cheat, because I still stick with my initial comment. Men cheat, women cheat, but not everybody cheats. Some people don't. And it's not lost on me that everybody that has called in to talk, apart from Catfish Farm, is not married. The married people are quiet because they know what has happened or not happened in their marriages.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we would like a situation where you have a partner who doesn't stray, never strayed, but people do stray. And to another thing that I was going to call about the women. Okay, so you marry somebody who's constantly straying every week, every chance he gets, every time he tells you that he's going to the supermarket to buy you groceries, he's talking to one lady. Why are you there?
Yeah.
Why is it up to the
That is
shameless man that has no discipline to live? He clearly is shameless and has no discipline. What about you? What does that say about you? How do you feel about yourself that you're clinging to a shameless man that has no discipline, that cannot even stay faithful for 1 month? What does that say about you? So all this cuddling of Nigerian women, maybe this was maybe in the 50s when there was no internet, they could say, oh, you know what, this is how we're raised. Like I said in the comments, like I said, I've been doing devil's advocate, playing both sides. Okay, this is how you're raised, blah, blah, blah. But you're seeing the internet. You don't have to live like this anymore. It's not as if you need this. I'm talking about the ones in the abroad. You don't need this person to feed yourself. In fact, you're probably the one even making the more money to feed your family. So again, why are you there? You're there because you're part of the group that will tell other people, oh, you're single, I'm married, so, my life is better. So you can't leave because your whole identity is wrapped around being this person's wife. So you stay there to uphold, I don't know, a union of Akbere with water sipping everywhere. Like, these people can choose different if they want. They don't want to because this is what they value. Like I was saying in the comments, Nigerian women are at a point where they really only see their value as people who birth kids, as people who are ever ready leg openers for men, and people who just give all of their resources to their families. They don't actually see themselves as people, individuals. A man, people say men are selfish. I don't think men are selfish. I think men center themselves first. And then they help other people, like sensible people. But women have been raised to not ever focus on their own life and then help everybody. They from the beginning, they've raised that you are not your own. No. Your body is not your own. No. Nothing about you for your own. No. It's for that people. And you go, yes. To the day you buy. Why?
So Marriott,
yes.
to your point about what's her name? Ephrata Catfish, my sis, being the only one married on the panel. So I mean, that's not a yardstick. That's not a yardstick, right? She was speaking from her own opinion, from her own experience. Another married person could call in here. And by the way, this is not just about marriage. I'm just talking about men in general cheating, whether you're married, single, whatever status you are, right? So everybody's talking from their own experience. So I don't think that yardstick really flows like that.
Okay, the reason I put that out there is that I think for people who are single or who want to be in a relationship and you're waiting to choose the right person, you are well aware that, okay, there are all these horrible men out there and there are good men. So I want to choose the good partner. So you're more likely to want to hold on to the fact that I'm not, again, I don't disagree with the fact that not everybody cheats. I just said that. So, but I think for people who are married, they're already in it. They probably have had infidelity in their relationships. So for them, it's like, yeah, I don't think this is possible, because they were once people who felt like, oh, I'm gonna be, I'm going to end up with somebody who doesn't do this.
Not
And then,
necessarily. Some married people, let me tell you, some people, they meet someone, right? They already know that the guy is straight.
Oh
But
yeah,
because he
right
keeps
from
coming back to
relationship.
them,
Mhm.
he keeps coming back to them, he
Yeah,
keeps coming back to them, he chooses them. Because this is the Nigerian mentality. He chooses
yeah.
them, so he goes, okay, now me choose. He not choose the
Hmm.
others. So they carry that forward. They marry with knowledge that
Yeah.
these men are already wanderers.
Hmm.
A lot of the marriages are like that. I'm telling you for free.
Yeah.
Some of them are not like that, because we can't generalize, right? But a lot of times, some women already know
Yeah.
while they were dating actively that the
Yes.
man that they are marrying is swinging on the Iroko tree with several other people on that tree. That's just the truth. So when
Yeah.
they marry, what happens is then they now start to see different and know different. They now say, so it can be like this, right? But it's too late. They can't change now. They
Hmm.
can't now start teaching, it's like saying, oh, they're teaching an old dog new tricks. You can't.
okay,
How do you start to do that?
okay, you're not wrong there. Okay, that one point we have removed from all the other points that I made.
Yeah, because I was about to say it starts from relationship, right?
Yeah.
If you are taking this thing in relationship, why do you think it's gonna be different in marriage? It's
It's
not.
not usually Nigerian relationship and marriage, they are like that. Do you know how many people I know from high school to college? They were dating actively, their mates were steady cheating. Mostly the
Yeah.
men. They were steady, the woman, because the guy keeps coming back. The guy will go all over town, come back, they'll say it's me
And
like the
you are
more.
still there
It's me.
waiting.
You are still
Like
there wait.
chosen man.
They are usually still there waiting. Then they'll say he chose me. That those other women wanted to, but he chose me. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. So they start
They
to
go go
feel
give
like the
testimony.
superstar. Then they will now marry, and then when they now start to see different, maybe they have the opportunity to travel, right? They start to see like, wow, I could actually, oh my God. So people, then they want to see what they can do. So some of the frictions that happen in some marriages, I'm not saying all, I don't know it all, is that the women are not trying to change the men inside the marriage. Now, their problem they come, because the man will say, but I've always been like, why is it that it is now you are complaining? That's why I will always say men are very honest. I mean, of course, there are times they lie, but men, majority of the times, they're honest. They're more honest than women.
Yeah. Believe them the first time they tell you something. It's we that always try to make up excuses for them. But believe them when they tell you what it is, because that's what it is. Why do you think they invented self love? It's not because of men. Men have always loved themselves. It's because
Always.
of women. It's because of women. It's almost like you have to learn to love yourself. Why? One time when I was still going to church, that was some years ago, not now. Yeah. But um there was this lady that was invited to talk to women, and she came from Nigeria, right? And she was talking about her marriage, how she was married for a while, and the husband kept bringing ladies into the house. She would cook and serve them, she would dress the bed for them as per spiritual woman, and all of that. The man left the house, left the home for her and the children, and was going after women all around the place, was never at home for so many years, and only came back at least more than a decade later when he was ill. And of course, during that time, she was busy in church, women leader, doing this, praying, fasting, wasting her life away. But well, that's not what she said, but that's my own point. But then she's like, be doing Christian women things. And then the man came back sick and all of that. Of course, his thing is not really working anymore. That's why he's back. And of course, she took him back. And then, oh yeah, happy family. Right. What a sad life. I don't even wonder. And you're here advising women that women of these days don't know what marriage is all about. That is a cross they have to bear. That is a wanting tribulation of life. I got up and walked out, honestly, because I cannot, for the life of me, understand what the hell is going on there.
Sorry, can I respond to Romari?
Please do.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
please.
What wasn't I can't remember which topic we had that I said that a lot of Nigerian women think that the things that are happening to them is because they are women, as opposed to somebody perpetuating misogyny upon you.
Yeah.
This woman is sitting there saying, as a woman, that's why this marriage is, they're doing this to me. You can leave. They can leave. And I think
Yes.
that's where I think I go farther than maybe Omoye and Bamidele a little bit. This is not just happening to them. They can go. The thing
Yeah.
with men is that they react to if there's consequences, they adjust their
Swiftly.
behavior. You stay there, you are smiling, you are cooking, you are working, you are sending him your paycheck, you are doing all the child rearing, but you're saying, but you're cheating on me.
And they're fasting and praying. You know how hard fasting and praying. Fasting and praying for him to
fasting
change.
and praying, going to pastor, prophet, they're very stupid with them as well. They're going to family members, they're doing all this leg work, they're doing all the things, but you're still there. Now tell me, for the guy, if you're a guy and you're seeing somebody and you're doing all these horrible things to them, even forget dating, even friendship. If you're doing horrible things to your friend, but your friend is still bending over backwards for you, will you change your behavior? Yes or no? You won't change. Why would you change? Because what you're doing is working.
Yes, no.
For you. She's doing all these things, which means it gives you more free time to go and pick up more women. She's sending you her paycheck, which means it gives you more leeway in your bank account to pick up more women and even go for higher ones. Again, why are you there if this makes you so unhappy? You need to leave. You're already a single mom. You're already a breadwinner. And go and get your own flat then. And maybe
I'll tell you.
change. I know it's easy for me to say I don't have kids, but I think for these people, they're already living like single people in their houses. So what is changing other than the fact that you have the title? Okay, now you're separated. What's wrong with that? You push go and work on your marriage. And
some of them will say, let me tell you,
give me.
They will say that, they have been used to a routine of constant kerewa. You understand? They've been used to a routine of constant kerewa. So when, for them to just up and leave like that, the, kerewa, at least even it too bad, they still they get kerewa, right? Instead of just going to the street cold and not be able to determine.
There's no O in the kerewa.
They don't. For them, their body have acclimatized to that type of kerewa.
This man is already betraying you left, right, center. Your heart is not there. His own is just to do bing, bing, bing. Once he don't do. Whether you don't owe, you don't never owe, he don't come out. You did that they do virtuous. I am a Christian woman. I beg you. See, this life is one that we know of. You don't enjoy it. That's the end. Period.
So I'm suspecting
Bibi, welcome. Bibi
Auntie Omoye, how body?
Body do how now? Long time. Welcome. Good to see you. You look good.
Hey, wait till you see where they say I look good. Oh my God, this your eye will be like say you get binoculars. Don't let me start with you this evening.
I see you on camera now.
How can you be? Well, you're not supposed to see this woman.
No, but you on camera. See me see trouble.
You go put
Nigerian
you go use what I take look the thing. How do they talk like that?
Okay, you fine. You are
thank you. Oh, please mention it. I get small good news.
Hey, let's hear it.
I just got back from work.
Hey, okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
the financial moisturizer has started. We are heading towards Fenty Beauty.
Yeah, you are moving on up to
Yes, so we are leaving the
Deluxe
Vaseline
apartment in the city.
Yes, so we are leaving the 99 cents Vaseline and going towards we don't run 99 cents Vaseline anymore. We dey progress. We go so enter Walmart.
All right.
From Walmart we go begin to go Macy's. Then we go call start to the order Shiseido from Japan. That is our destination.
All right. That's
Yes,
good. I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations.
Yeah, I just pity the people we are going to work with. They never say anything. They go see African Magic plus Juju join together.
Oh my God. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. A panel of wonderful people. I throw a salute.
We salute you back.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Please, where's Mirabel? Where's Auntie Mirabel?
I don't know. I should reach out to her. I think I'll send her a message.
And Sister Natunko.
Sister Natu was here briefly in the beginning. Now she started herself.
She don't go start to bake cake for the weekend for the
I'm
nephews
telling
and
you,
nieces.
for the nephews and the nieces. Let me quickly respond to Neka. So Neka says, so women really stay, because that's what some people were saying, like the way women would think about it, to be like, instead of them to go out there and be cold, right? As per no presence of a man, and even the small career they get, it will all disappear. The uncertainty of, okay, I can't just meet a random man, so they would rather stay there. So they get, because they their body don't, they are accustomed to one kerewa something. So that's what they talk. I don't know.
Yeah. You know the funny thing about this is like the toxic kerewa kind of the sweet. They sweet them.
How you change Marik? You don't.
Some of these ones they loaded. That's why they are doing anyhow, because you are enabling them, because they get the bola, and this woman, you're like, I can't let that one go. So you will now kill yourself and endure nonsense. Because
sorry, I beg, before we ask that question, because your question is, why does every man cheat, or what was it again?
Every man cheats, really? So I'm asking you, like, really? Every man they cheat? Because that's what most women keep saying. Every man cheats.
I think the first question to ask is, let's define cheating. What is cheating?
Let's go to Oxford's dictionary.
Yes, let's define what cheating is, because you see, what one man might describe as cheating is not what a person would describe as
before cheating. I do that, I want to Marriott was saying, Marriott, what don't you believe? In the comment section, please respond. I highlight the comment. Okay, cheating is, according to Google, Oxford, act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or examination. She always cheats at cards. But in the context we're talking about now is relationship.
Okay,
right?
so with that relationship, can any woman that honestly knows that her partner is cheating, can that woman confidently tell me they had no inkling about it? Because if that woman has an inkling, I didn't say no totally, but somehow say this man left leg bend small with this kind waka, can you really call that cheating? Because if you have an inkling to it and you're still there, in the court of law, that is aiding and abetting.
That's
and
true.
You have no right to cry foul.
Exactly.
Cause you knew.
Yes.
And you closed your eyes to it. You knew, and it advanced. You knew, and he was doing it wholeheartedly. You knew to the point that he had a child, and you closed your eyes towards it. Can you really call that cheating? Because I don't. Because see, if small pikin they do something we no good, and you be big person, if you no want make that person do am again, you go start to dey correct that pikin from small. But when you tell the pikin say, "Oh, that's so cute," you laugh. The pikin laugh. That child will have the effrontery to do it next time. I'll give you a good example. You carry small baby put for leg, they play. He throw away ball for ground. You pick and you give him. He look you, throw away him again for ground. You pick and you give him. He do am the third time. You no beat him. The boy go think say na game. But if he do am 2 times, you come beat him the third time. He go look you know say no, my mama no like this kind of thing. I no go do am again because I no like this spanking. So if you go with that context, man, the person play kurukere waka, you close eye say, well, I go forgive him this time. You play the kurukere waka again, you go say plenty things there in mind. Wetin make you think say no go do am a third time if you don't do am the first time? So let us define what that cheating is, because now when we don't understand the definition of that cheating, then we can't look each case according to the person. Then we go know whether not cheating, abi no be cheating. You go man house as you dey date am. Today you see lipstick. No be you get the lipstick. Oh, you say na in cousin I get am. Tomorrow you come, you see slippers. No be you get the slippers. You say na in sister we been there, where you never hear about. Next tomorrow come, you see person bag. You say say na in neighbor pikin. And then tomorrow you enter that house. What makes you think that the next time you hear say you get room for somewhere, you could follow and back to say, see what thing you do, when all the tail signs were there, but you closed your eyes towards it. Now it make me they always talk. If every woman is sincere to themselves,
Exactly.
and you know what you can take and what you cannot take, then you will know whether it is cheating. I have one beautiful cousin, beautiful, drop dead gorgeous. When the man been they come, they follow him. The man come with money, sour the money, well for him body. The tomato just we been there, body. This one turned to imported tomatoes. See, fine brekete. The yellow, they semper seriously. Be like say they carry some paper, take scrub the body, make it for come shine. You can't put oil. For heaven's sake, you go they glisten when they look from sun and moon. Now, so my cousin find rich. The man been get wife, he get first wife.
Ew.
He no tell my cousin. He no say anything.
Wow.
But people been tell my cousin. My cousin say, when money they flow nyafu, you get driver, you get motor. Wetin person won't tell you? You go market, they buy something, they dash person money. Driver come carry you go somewhere, you dash person money, you they command. Wetin person won't tell you for Nigeria? Then they go places, people they open door for you, then they call you the sweetest language in any Nigerian woman's ear to call her madam. Once you call her madam, you don't give her respect. You don't open door. People they bow down for you. Welcome, welcome. Big woman don't come now. She knew. What was her excuse? She didn't know how serious it was. This man had a pact with his first wife. Now till death do us part. Why? Because that first wife made him who he was. So to leave that woman was a huge betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
He lied to my cousin, saying no get wife. They never marry before. My cousin no. And we know they speak the same language. Na Igbo man, no be say anything bad for Igbo because my husband na Igbo. My cousin don't know anything. He enter house. 6 months later, she don't get belle. First wife enter inside house. I kid you not. All the children where she born knew her as mommy 2, knew the first wife as mommy 1, because that is what the man stipulated. This union came with serious DV. All that tomato juice and fine thing where my cousin get, then that is a Olumoro gets definition compared to her. Then show and shege. This is true life story. It is a true life story. Or Timon so kini show how many years? Last, wetin happen? My cousin vex come up for house, carrying load, say I no do again. They never divorce, they just say enough is enough. Otito me shemo. So every woman knows. Every woman knows. Your belly go tell you. Now we dey like to lie to ourselves. Now make me talk say.
Thank you very much, Bibi.
Make each person know what the definition of cheating be. Because once you can define cheating, then you will know whether that person next to you is cheating or not. And whether you are the one aiding it and abetting it by condoning it. Period.
Thank you. Thank you.
I completely agree.
For your head.
Amen.
Yeah, so I completely agree. Honestly, I do. Cause you know, as you were talking, I was just like, you know, that's like the same thing I was saying, that, you know, we know these things. It's just that when people are like, we will change. It starts from relationship. It gets into I just wanted to comment quickly about one of the comments that was about women empowerment and blah blah blah. If women empowerment was available to all women, they wouldn't. That's absolutely false. Yeah, some would stay because they don't have any money. Some women that stay are the ones that are the breadwinners in that relationship, and they still stay. Like the man is bringing 0 naira to the table, $0. They still stay, and they will give birth to number 1, number 2, number 3. The man is still going around everywhere, and still give them $0, 0 naira. They are still there. They will bring the money. They will give him money. They will feed the house, everything. So that is not a complete determinant of why women stay. They stay because they are like, where would I go to? Where would I do? What man no day, you know. All of that helplessness tactics is just BS, honestly. You get what you accommodate, you know, and that's it.
That's true. That's why I say I don't know why most Nigerian women do not hold their men accountable. Because when you see the same Nigerian women, the Nigerian men with different crops of women, right? They know that, man, this woman is not going to put up with this, and they won't do it. But with Nigerian women, they run everywhere. They will run, jump over the wall, over the fence, because the women allow it. You know, I mean, when you're married to each other, I think a marriage now about, trying to hold each other accountable. Of course, you have to respect. There has to be respect. There has to be a manner of approach. But everything that you see is almost like they have no bars at all, like nothing. They're just doing whatever they like. It's scary. Sometimes you see, you actually, man, you even see other on TikTok. I saw some videos of some, women. They were saying, stay away. The men you should stay away from. Nigerian women, and they do this video. say stay away from. Now Nigerian men they always dey talk about, and they go list the reasons. I mean, it's really not funny anymore. You know, if you are married, marry someone that you can talk to, for crying out loud, that you can hold accountable, that they too can hold you accountable. Because it's embarrassing. You guys have children, the children will go up, they see all these things. You don't know you're creating more problems for those children. I don't know, shall wait I know. If I too talk now, they'll say, you never married, I make they talk like that. Some people like this, when they talk, now they quiet for husband, you go hear that they talk. My sister, they here.
You see, once upon a time, them been say men they marry because then men been they cheat because the wife born only girls, born boy. Say they go find boy. Then he can't change. You can't change to he waka go outside because the woman no cook food well. Then the story can't change to say I can't go outside because the woman no excuse where they never bring come. Ori eja to da. Head of fish we don't rotten, Person will say one waka. If you like, who I want to if you like, make you find like Eve where deceive Adam. He go waka. Because at least that one being perfect. That one perfect. So they had a head come. When they tell and say this, is say, make her leave this one. We don't resemble any of these animals. Ah, God. The matter go hard though. It go hard well. So the man we want waka, we say head no correct. There's nothing you can do. But the thing is, there was that sign. You can't look, you cannot close your eyes to it.
You know what they say?
The only one when they sabi hide now when they the other side of the table. Now you go no say you don't know. But man when eye they chook, you go no. Your body, look, even if you don't see anything, your body go tell you. Your body go tell you. You go they look. Now instead, you go they follow your body, they argue. Say, Abina so. And once that argument starts, your intuition tells you the truth. And you know what? I struggle to understand why we doubt this when it's so glaring. Why the question is, why do women like lying? Why are we so unsincere with ourselves?
Yeah, so
I mean, okay, I use myself for example now. I look my body finished. My pikin they watch something for TV. You can't say, Mommy, you should order that one. I say, I look the pikin, I look the adverts. Now advert of make them for slim, make belly for slim. now I look my pikin. I say, now God save you, son, America I did. I know what my person call 911 for me. I for answer you well. But was she lying? Was the girl lying? No, maybe they vex. I don't vex because she talks not true. Instead, what I want to do, and they carry say because I be senior. Was it a lie? Your belly big. Why are you lying to yourself? You go they struggle, they find clothes maybe size 10, when say you be size 25. Wait see. You go inside the store to go buy clothes. You go see where clothes of XXX day. Where you they go? You they go side of this thing. Say they go look juniors and seniors.
Extra small.
Why they deceive
talking to me? Why?
Then you call collect the clothes, call enter inside room. They go force yourself. They look yourself. Then you call why? When you know, say, even if that cloth managed to enter you, it enter you because you don't waka, you never chop. The minute you drink small water, the belly will do boom. Yeah, how you want to enter the cloth? You can't stand in front of can't they look yourself, they admire. What are you admiring? Drop the clothes, my friend, and go to your section. Triple X. Pick the one that size you.
Violence.
Pick the one where size you. Go to your section and stop deceiving yourself. What is that? If they look, you say, then you cost okay. Now January. By the end of February, I will lose 5 pounds. Who are you deceiving when you have not stopped eating?
You they swallow a bar.
They swallow. What, my sister? I think no. Look, I've been seeing one video. I've been Auntie B, I didn't do video. You do video of stew where you do. Look, the stew hungry me. I go bite since I say I go cook the stew. Oh my, I cook the stew, finish, come cook a goosey. Can't see me and everybody have discussion. That is a serious conversations we will have. That conference we they do. My picking they look my picking back like me. My picking they look me say, are you not tired for where? I look at back, say, what is your business? Is it your mouth? Don't be me get my belly. I go chop that one, finish, cause say I won't go buy size 12 to wear. Where you won't take enter. You don't even pass one lap, sir. One lap is able talking. You say, I'm trying to slim down. So women, we should stop lying to ourselves. Let's be honest. Let's be sincere. It saves a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
BBMJ, you don't break table. Thank you very much. Make I keep come to Debbie. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Debbie's been trying to. Debbie, are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you seem good now. Yeah, talk.
Yeah,
Let's hear.
I'm back home.
Okay.
Yeah, so like what I was saying earlier, it's so painful when people like, especially our women, wanting to normalize that men cheat. Like it's normal for men to cheat. Like it's so touching, and I used to like reason like since when my dad has been with my mom like all my life. Even if he's not a perfect man, he doesn't cheat, and he has friends. His best friend does not cheat. They have good, like they have,
But how do you know? How do you know that, Debbie? Though, how do you know your dad doesn't cheat? Because you were not there, right? When you and your mom. So it's kind of hard. You can. I mean, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about it earlier. Yeah. Like, you really can't tell, right? Prior to when you came, maybe they had some. You don't know, right? We don't really know, right? But
like,
go ahead.
I can vouch for my dad. Like,
okay.
If he, there'll be you will know, like you have seen the traces, all these men that cheat, you will know. At least my brothers that are men too who have known. But okay, I'm seeing samples from his friend, his best friend. So it's late now. Do you understand? They don't have that time because they're always on their business and back to work. They have positive things to talk about. I would say, and I will say it all the time, my dad has never touched my mom before. My dad does not cheat. So when you say men cheat, or when people say men cheat, no, men don't cheat. Good men don't cheat. See, I'm going to say this, and it's a personal story that happened to me, which I used to say, people normalizing cheating. I won't take cheating. If you cheat on me and I know, I'm leaving. I don't care whether or not, people will still laugh. I dated this person, and that's the father of my child. And all in the name of men cheat. I got STD from this guy.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow.
Thank God. Okay, I was pregnant. Thank God this STD is curable. I went to the clinic, and before you knew it, they gave me medications. And why I won't support men? Why will someone that can risk your life, your health? See, health is wealth,
right?
Like, and you want to we're still seeing women that is saying men cheat. No, nobody, like, they cheat. Yes, they can put their life on the line. Don't normalize it.
Exactly.
Pleasure. You want to put. I was pregnant with my baby. I kept treating toilet infection because they say when you're pregnant, you have you're prone to toilet. And okay, I go back to the clinic. They say, oh, it comes back again. I go back, it comes back again. Later on, we got to find out that it was STD, and I was totally with this person. Imagine a lot of, thank God it was curable, and immediately I took medications, it all went. So now imagine it wasn't curable.
Right.
Will I forgive myself? And we are now there, women, especially women, you're letting these men tell you that it's normal. It's not normal. When we think
Exactly.
Elsa, I keep saying it. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. We should stop it. It's not. Just because of 5-minute pleasure, you want to put me on a deadly health issue that I'll be taking medication for the rest of my life.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Debbie.
That's why when I hear people say it's not. It's not. I can cheat, but because of I want to have a good life, a good health. Health is wealth.
Right.
Health is wealth. I may not have. I don't want to have. I'm okay, very very okay right now, but I would prefer to have an healthy life than having the whole world, like the whole lot of money. Health is when people know the deadly things that come in. You won't say, no, anybody cheat. Don't put your children's life on the line. Don't put your just the cheat. The thing cheating causes, it damages you. It messes with your mind. Let me tell you, those people that cheat, whether men or women that cheat, sincerely they have to. Because when I'm with you, my own logic, I'm with you. What am I looking for outside? For me to lock up my mind, why can't you lock up my mind? I have a girlfriend.
Exactly.
She sleeps around. Let me tell you, any lady that tells me, man, I'm not friends with you. I'm sorry. It's normal for a man to... No, it's not. It's not normal. It's wrong. Whether a man or a woman, it's wrong. It is deadly. You can't see people that sleep around. And you know the funniest thing? All these people that cheat, that do all these things, girlfriends that sleep around, and they will tell you that their husband they will beat the girl and they'll mess him up. And I'll be like, but you're sleeping around. Is it activity for me? You're doing what you can't take. And why are women staying? Why are women staying? Me, I'm living testimony. So you can't tell someone like me, who God has saved already, draw here like you. You don't understand. God, I don't save you. Say no marry cheating man. You not tell me that it's normal for me to cheat. It's normal for men to cheat. It's normal for women to cheat, or they're not normalizing nonsense. No, not. Health is wealth. When you cheat, there are repercussions. And I don't want anything to happen to my child. God forbid, especially when no know anything. No, we should not accept it.
My dear sister, you have said it all, though. This is why for me, when I say these things, sometimes people will say, you hear people say, she's not married, so she doesn't know. Personally, it's something that I abhor. I can't. It's not something I think anybody should normalize.
I left him, and thank God I have a good mom. I have a good parent, because I sat my mother down. Because
thank God for your parents.
They wanted to prepare, okay, let's settle down on everything. And I sat my mother, I can't be with this person. It's not even the cheating aspect, the disrespect.
Yes.
Disrespect. Not just this, this guy was a whole demon. I thank God for shows like Obodoyibo TV, shows like you people, shows like shows like that and Doctor, what's that name, Shola.
Yeah.
We need to start enlightening women. It is not normal
It's
for
not.
men to cheat.
It's not.
There are deadly
Because
diseases
you
that
know
come
you
with this
Deb-
cheating thing.
yeah. Do you know what, Debbie? The funny thing is that, see, and when you talk about these things, a lot of Nigerian women, they're the ones that come and be telling you, oh, it's normal, it's okay,
And
men
they
are
are
generally men.
miserable. Those
You know
women are
and what
miserable.
most of what I'll say is, wait, I mean, you're not considering your emotional well-being, your spiritual. For me, I'm big on
Yeah, and the
spirituality.
thing,
Your spiritual well-being. Someone else tampering, because sex is spiritual. It's not just physical. No matter how they try to normalize it on broad day TV shows, everything is sexualized. It is not normal. It is a trap. Once you engage like that, I don't know. For me, I don't know. Maybe I too know. Maybe I don't understand, because me, I don't. Nigerian women will not call their husbands to question. Instead, now who the woman go using really go find, that they go to fight. Or
and
the poor house girl when it can't work for them, then they go beat. Instead when they go face the person for front, tell and say no. I don't know, my
I
sister.
one day
yeah.
for my parents, like, because I had to sit them down and make them realize that if I be with this person, I'm going to run mad. Is either I go psycho or I cry at the end of the day. That if you don't like, you don't understand. Like this guy is, and I remember his dad was saying, relation, like you cover up, you don't, because I literally told the whole world what he did. You understand? This guy kept my life, not just my life, my child on the line because of 5 minutes pleasure. And women will sit there and still tolerate. And the thing, tolerate makes it. No, but that's why I say it. I can speak for my dad. My dad doesn't.
You know,
I believe you. I believe you.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm very grateful for your life. There's an epidemic in Nigeria and in many parts of the world where married women, get sick over time and they don't know what's wrong with them, and they later on discover they have HIV, they have some advance to AIDS before they even they even know what's happening. But then their household, the man they carry things up and down, can't give them for inside house. Then they do virtual and they will still cover till they buy for inside the house. you know and it's always good to have conversations, like even from relationship standpoint. You say, okay, you're in a relationship. Before you even get to KY, are we exclusive? What does exclusivity mean to you? You bring up different things so that when the person be like saying they look left, look right, look center, you will not say, this wasn't what we talked about. And you can definitely, leave 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 to live, right? And I'm happy you left it the way it was, because this is ridiculous, and people do this and feel like, oh, like the father said, you need to cover, you can't wash your dirty linens in public, which they again again, what are you talking about? If you
Let me
have
tell you.
the
Let me tell you something, right? So there was a video I saw online. Or I think it was on TikTok. Guess what? 2.4 million youths in Nigeria have HIV.
Can you imagine?
yes,
That's 2.4. I'm actually looking at the video right now. They have HIV. They are HIV positive, and you think they will tell you that they are drinking slimming tea. It's tea that is making them lose weight, right?
oh,
It's not. So some of them are with other people's husbands. So Yeah, so this is why I say, why would you marry and not hold your husband accountable? I don't
Yeah,
get that at all in
the
Nigerian women.
cheating partner, whether husband or wife, the cheating partner accountable.
Exactly. Why
Yes,
are you not holding your partners accountable? I mean, I don't get it. The reason why I keep saying men is because men, they seem to be in the majority, even though we know, yes, some women cheat, but it looks like, more, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, because women are slick too with it,
true.
you know.
Yeah, true.
It's frightening when you think about this. So imagine you're married and your husband maybe frequents Nigeria up and down. So if you are the one that believes that, oh, all men cheat, okay, well, perhaps maybe he does it, perhaps he doesn't, you're putting your life at risk. You don't even know.
Auntie
Eh?
Omoye, Auntie
Go
Omoye.
ahead, BBLJ. And
Um,
Debbie, I don't know what happened to your connection. Oh, please come back if you can. Go ahead.
I think before we go as far as committing the union of say we are married, I think we should look back at our beginnings. At our beginnings, in the sense that what's our stock? Who do we have as family members and parents? And I intentionally use family members because not all of us are blessed to have parents that are still alive, right? So some of us have, uncles, aunts, cousins, whatever. But hardly is an African child alone. He may not have immediate, but they will have kinsmen. So how valuable are you to your kinsmen? And I say that because when they take you as one of their own genuinely, they will look out for you. Not what they get from you or what you get from them, but what they truly, what you truly stand for them. So for instance, a female child comes to tell a family member, I want to get married. Does that family member ask questions like, how well do you know this person? Not what does this person have? Not where does this person come from? Not what do you stand to get or what will you do? But how well you, the person in this relationship with that person, because everybody knows the marriage is not 2 years, 10 years. It's supposed to be till death do us part. God forbid anything happens. So how well do you know that person? Does this person know you as much as you know him? The way you value that person, does that person value you like that? Because I think if I have a sibling or if I have a family member that tells me they want to settle down, I think that's what I will ask. But let's be honest with ourselves. How many of our family member you tell, say, I want Mario, we go ask you that question. The first thing then go ask you be say, ha! Now waiting be the color of your shaby. Nobody thinks of the fact that, well, what does he do? Does he like you? How well do you know him? How well does he know you? Why isn't he married yet if he's an older person? If he's a young person, are you guys sure? Marriage no be my mayo. Do you have XYZ settled? We all not go stay. Because it starts from that. You have to know that person has to know you, and the interests of your family, so that even if you, the person, don't forget, then go remind you. Say no be about the photo shoots and the wedding gown and the engagement ring and how you go propose. All that one are secondary. But this person where you want say you want spend the rest of your life. I think a lot of times people misuse that sentence, I love you. They use it too shabbily. And I think a lot of times people misunderstand what forever means. Forever is not today Dubai, tomorrow Cayman Islands, next tomorrow Jamaica, the third day Santorini, Koribe. Forever is today we chop nkwobi, tomorrow we drink guguru, we chop guguru and ekpa. Next tomorrow we drink gari, next week we chop a la carte. Now so it be, except the man don't, that is say life don't better for him. And if life don't better for him, finish, I go ask and say, bros, why you never do it since? I be they not write him for one star somewhere saying now my name, then you they wait for. Waiting you see for my body. I think we need to ask those questions. And if we have forgotten to ask those questions, let those that love us ask. Because when they ask and everybody, kind of cool off on the material things that comes with the pleasure of having a wedding, we will really focus on the marriage. Because the partnership in the Nigerian world of today is more about the wedding, not about the marriage. The marriage is something that is kind of
Bibi, your audio, Abby.
also,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think a lot of times we tend to forget all of that. Because in doing that, you ask yourself, if somebody had just asked her questions, she would have looked inward and thought about it. It's true. This man, this is boys' night every Friday. Will he stop it? This is every once in a month, boys get together and going out. When I come into the picture, will they continue it? Will I be in the picture? Does his other friends all have serious relationship? Is he the only one getting married at first? How committed is he to me? I mean, the way I see him, does he see me like that? So it all boils down to, again, looking inward. How well do you know this person? And like you rightly said, Omoye, having those hard conversations, asking those questions. Because sometimes I hear how couples talk, Nigerian young boy, and I go to look, now mama, now Pikin and papa they talk. Because the way they hear the talk, it be like say that papa and Pikin they talk. You know, be like saying that two people where they date. You go to hear girl say Esa kini, she uncle Lojeni, abi baba Loje. I think that is so primary. And then if you can get all of those things along the line, person no they hide finish. Waiting you, the babe no go fit see, another person go see him. Except you no one know waiting the truth be. So as we dey gist, make we dey tell our people. Say person can't ask person say one marry. Ask her. Even if I forget, I beg let me ask him. Even if he won't lie, you get as you go lie, you go give yourself away. You go know as you won't take talk. The thing go can't slip out somehow. Now so me think,
If you don't talk and finish, I mean, there's nothing left to say here. There's nothing left to say. Una don't talk bata finish. And they Marriott had a question. Say the single one, she had something like the single ones with cheating partners too. They won't want to lose him because of time spent. They've been with him 4 years, 5 years. Where are they going to start now? How will they start all over? Most Nigerian women are predictable, unfortunately. So I mean, I'm just gonna end with this. I want to wrap this up in 2 minutes. See, this life, everybody get what they can do for this life. That's just the truth. Everybody get. So why would you want to sacrifice yourself on the altar of someone else's ego? or someone else's appetite. When you know they dear, when they form the appetite. When you're a child, you act like a child. When you are a teenager, you're expected to do better than a child. I mean, I don't get it. So, and then the sad part is we bring children into this world instead of impacting the right value so that they can create a sane world for themselves. No, that's not what we're doing. We're busy dragging them into this world to come and relieve the trauma. Some of them spend years in therapy. For those that have the access to therapy, just to unlearn some of this toxicity. We got to start doing better. If we really, really want to have the kind of societies that we're all shouting up and down for, Peter Obi, it starts with everybody. Holding your spouse, they get boyfriend, girlfriend, you see what your boyfriend is doing, call him to order. Your boyfriend too, see something like, babe, what are you doing? No, don't do that. Talk to each other, for crying out loud. If you can expose yourselves, the man don't see your nakedness every 10. You self don't say, what is there that you cannot discuss? Me, I don't understand it though. All that time of, oh, she's quiet, she's docile, that's my kind of woman. It does not work. People are literally buying every day because of docile, because she's a quiet woman. She does not talk. Whatever you say to her, that's what she takes. People are there. They're plenty for graveside. So my people, let's just wrap this thing up. There be any final thoughts? Thank you very much, for bringing it, coming in, with your own, being vulnerable to share your own story. Because I know it can be easy, but thank you so much, and I'm grateful for your life because it ain't easy. So please, let's have your final thoughts.
My own is, it's not like man cheat everybody, but the clear thing is everybody cheats, whether men or women.
Yes.
So, but all those things, it's not worth it. Like, it's not just worth it. Diseases are going around. It causes. So it's better to say something. It's better for you to, because when you're in a relationship, you're not happy, you're sad. Why can't you? Well, why would you prefer to stay in a relationship that you sad forever? You should prefer to choose living and being sad for highest 2 years and be happy again.
Exactly.
People that leave end up being happy again because it's always a lesson. See, it's not like, okay, it's well, you are so unlucky that you met this person that is cheating and everything, but leave to be happy again. That's what I'm trying to say. Leave to be happy again, because I'm very, very sure that you're not going to make that kind of mistakes again, because experience is a good teacher. Do you understand? And it's normal for people to, no, it's not. Stop. It's not normal, because there are consequences for that. So we should not normalize that. We should not normalize that. Me, I say it, God has saved me from that kind of, from a deadly disease. So I'm not going to now accept to that. No. I'm not going to accept to that. If I accept to that, definitely I should be ready for something worse. Do you understand? So that's why I'll keep saying it's not normal for either or a woman to cheat. And just put it that a man that cheats doesn't like himself.
Exactly.
A man that cheats has issues. A man or a woman cheat, they have issues. They have issues, deep down issues, and he doesn't value himself, because if he values his health, he won't cheat. Normally, people have health issues. About health issues where you use your hand, bring to yourself. Do you understand? That's not an excuse. And for you to have health issues, not one thing. People pray, and this is an health issue that is forever. it's not worth it. It's not just worth it. So let's just women should stop it. Don't let this men or your partner give you the impression that it is normal for men to cheat. I know faithful people. If a man cheats on you, he doesn't know your words, and it will mess you up, damage you, and you end up bringing a damaged child too, because you keep telling that your father does this, your father did that, and you're already building that kind of impression on that child already. The child doesn't even know what cheating is. Already starts knowing, like, okay, my dad is cheating. It is not. Let's stop that. It's not like, let's stop the say of it is normal
Thank
for men.
you. Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate you, Debbie. Thank you so much for coming to share with us. Honestly, we don't really open people. Yeah, thank you. And have a wonderful evening. Greetings to your baby. Yeah. Bamidele, let's have your final thoughts.
All I need to say is like um me personally, I'm a person that, respects myself a lot. So, you know, I believe that you should not share yourself with anybody else except for your spouse. So, and that's why all these, sexual transmitted diseases are existing. So, cheating is wrong. So, it's not good. So, and I believe if you just cheat, that shows that you don't value yourself and, you don't care about your sexual health. So, that's what I had to say. So,
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your points. They were greatly appreciated. Please call us again, I beg. So, Bibi, let's have your final thoughts.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
this better now? Oh dear, she dropped out. Auntie Omoye, how far?
Adeye, sorry, I
Okay.
mistakenly. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if this is going to sound contradictory. If I'm going to look for trouble. But to the question, do all men cheat? Men have the capacity to cheat, but not all men cheat. One, because the ones that don't value themselves, respect themselves, appreciate the people around them, and look towards leaving a good legacy behind without their name being tainted. So whilst men have the capability and the capacity, but not all men cheat because they love themselves too much to bring themselves to the ground. That's my concluding thing.
That's very well said. That's apt, Bibi. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. I really appreciate it. Now, your points are always well taken here. I beg you keep bringing down the house with everything that you say. I appreciate you. I love you, sis. Please come back again. Romari, thank you very much. Oh, you really, hey, this your hosting. Bless you go come every time. Oh, this hosting I dey gbadu am. Your laugh is intoxicating. They make me laugh too. So, guys, I'm just going to wrap it up by saying, choose yourself first. Yourself, it matters, because if you're not, if you know they exist, if person know they exist, all these aspirations, all these dreams, all these goals, there'll be nothing to write. You know even there around to the aspire or even have goals. Know what you want. For crying out loud, Nigerian women, it's okay when you have a partner, question, hold each other accountable, man or woman. What is it that you are afraid of? What is it that you're afraid of? You know, let's learn to hold each other accountable. There's no point you're with someone you know that you cannot hold yourself. Why do you want to go and bring problem to someone else? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. I personally do not believe that every man cheats, because I have had the privilege of meeting a number of men and women alike that don't cheat. They value themselves above all of that. And they hold themselves accountable. You know, they're even accountability partners to each other. So I know for a fact that not all men cheat. So sometimes when I hear it from especially the Nigerian women, think about this. A Nigerian man will be with another woman from a different race or sometimes a different African country, and he behaves himself. Don't you ask yourself the question, if this man can behave, and people that know him will say, this man is married and this man is like this? Wow. When I knew this man, he was all over the place. Why is it that with somebody else, he is able to hold himself accountable, but not with you? Shouldn't that tell you something already? You allow this men run roughshod all over you. Same thing with the men. You allow the women to do whatever they like. If a woman is going around, sneaking around on you, you're allowing it. If you're not calling it out and you're not holding the person accountable, you are as well just as guilty as they are. And it's true. Bibi said it. And we know this. Women have intuition. Men also have their own. You always know that this person that you're with, there's something. Instead of you to deal with the problem, you are fighting everybody else but the person. It makes no sense. It doesn't fly anymore. Nobody's going to put up with your shenanigans. Nobody is willing to deal with it anymore. It's getting old. Learn to call each other out. If you're in a dating relationship, you know that what that man is doing, you cannot put up with it. Don't go there. Leave him, let him go. I know marriage is hungering you. Scratch your throat and turn around. It's not worth it. If you're a man, you already know that this woman, no, if I enter a problem, don't go there. Not be by force. Everybody go marry at different times. Everybody go marry. You don't have to be married by 30, by 20. You don't have to. For those that are already married or you're in a relationship, you are far gone in a relationship, well, I don't know what to tell you. You have to come to terms. You have to ask yourself real questions. Because whether you like it or not, there are diseases out there. They even have ones now, they have not been able to diagnose what it is. They don't know what it is yet. Please, I beg you, my people. You have better things to you. There's so much that you have to offer to the world than just to throw yourself away for nothing. For nothing. You know how many Nigerian men or how many Nigerian men I knew from back home that were like, they had like 4 or 5 girlfriends at a time. You come here, you see them, they're married to a different, from a different African country or from Jamaica or from, even from here. And they behave themselves, that they line up. The same men that were running all over, they are there with another woman. They ask yourself the question. There's some Nigerian women too. Men cannot you can't do that with them. You have to hold them accountable. That's why you're married to them, for a reason. You were placed in their life, so they don't go and do things that will run themselves, that will put themselves in a dangerous situation. Accountability, my people. So I beg, if you're catching this, so now the 2 cents when I get be that, after all, wait till I know. I don't know anything. Now the small when I know, now they add. So at the end of the day, everybody go do wetin work for them. Do what works for you. But if you know that the man or a woman is a certain way and you continue, and you continue, then keep hold the suffering to yourself and be crying all by yourself because nobody sent you message. You already knew. I'm going to leave this here for now. I'm not to talk past myself. But if you're catching this on replay, please let me know your thoughts. I'd like to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscription is free. Like, share the video. I go see you again. I think we have another live on Sunday. It depends. So that Sunday, Mona no I come dey abuse me, say I come late or I cancel, I reschedule. I don't schedule am now. Mona go prepare. This one na the singles, but everybody is invited, of course. All opinions are welcome on that one too. We want to talk about Kerewa matter with singles. Oshe pataki with the world that we are in. Now we got to talk about it. So anyway, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Before then, Mona, stay safe. Me, I dey go continue to drink my palm wine. We go jam on Sunday. Enjoy your Saturday, and I'll see you soon. Love you all. Thank you to all my panelists, BBMJ, Debbie, Romari, Ephrata Catfish, Bonbon, you know yourself. Mirabel, if you're hearing me, whenever you get to hear this, I love you, I miss you, and I sent you a message. Please respond to me ASAP. Anyway, all right, guys, love you all. See you in my next live. Bye.